Wow, that was the best.
Yeah,
And so it's welcome to session number 33.
Woohoo!
33 and no deaths in this group yet.
And that's also because you bloody strummed a thing for him.
That's right.
And that made it go critical.
Which is funny.
It's always good to have the bard help.
It's like, Juice is like, this is Mara just like,
Don't worry, I'm helping.
So we are continuing the story of the characters at the Golden Goblin, and they are currently investigating what's called the blot in the sky. But everything doesn't happen in a day, so they're currently living their cover of working for the proprietor Saul, who is as dodgy as everyone else in the city.
and maybe a slight bit more, but yeah, we'll find out.
Well, you'll find more who are dodgier than him quite easily because he's not the top of the food chain.
Yeah.
Whereas the Overlord would probably be the dodgiest one of them all because he's the Overlord after all.
Who we have sneaking suspicions might actually be the person who's hosting tonight's bloody...
Okay. So, last session we ended it with the fact that you had Doza had been put into the Battle Royale,
The invitational, right?
which was the invitational only,
Not
where there are no actual rules. And
brilliant.
and basically it may not actually be an arm wrestle.
No.
Well, it's very hard to arm wrestle something with claws longer than most people's faces.
No, I'm just looking forward to my first match being against that little blue-eyed girl, and she's just gonna be like, "I quit. Go fight the werewolf."
No.
You wish.
It's gonna be high from the Sandpoint Devil Snapsnack.
No, that would be too easy for him. No, for
It.
anyone.
It's gonna among us use.
So with that, we'll introduce you around to the table, ending with the most important. So, Peter, you're up first.
Starting with the second most important. Good to know. Yes, I'm playing the highly moral and religious Lord Willie One Kenobi, aspirant of the Lost Errant, practitioner of the renowned Tiger Style, and saviour of Quest and Margot, God-touched, hater of horses and maker of good life choices, husband of the Hell Knight Ruby One Kenobi.
And fourth in the arm wrestling competition of the Golden Goblin.
An apprentice to Junk Punch.
Not
Yeah.
yet.
He wants to be apprentice to Jump Punch.
Wanna be
Not
apprentice.
Wannabe.
He wants to take the Jump Punch title.
Fanboy of Junk.
yeah. Junk Punch fanboy. See, we're adding to your
Yeah, but not in ways that I want.
Oh, sorry, in ways that you want.
Yes.
We find it funny, it's the way we want.
Next up, we have Stefan.
Hello, I'm playing Green Arrow currently, and I'm watching in horror as people's legs and appendages and everything gets broken during this arm wrestling contest. But it's keeping me busy, so I get to heal stuff.
Though you do have the one you weren't able to heal.
Yeah.
Are you disappointed that Parry didn't show up?
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
There's still time.
Yeah, the
I
night
know,
is
there's
young.
still time. Don't worry about that. I knew.
And then around the table we have Morgan.
Hi, I'm playing Quest, the Goblin Bard Extraordinaire. I make bad decisions and enable the party to succeed. Or not, as the case may be.
yeah, that's debatable.
Hey, we succeeded in breaking Juice's arm again.
Yeah, if you call that a success.
And then we have Josh.
I am playing the buffest wizard known to man. My name is Parry. I am the only one of the 3 competitors in the party who came out with 2 arms. And I'm going to strut my stuff for the next invitational around Willie and Doozer going, look at my 2 arms that I didn't break.
So
I am the buffest wizard known to man.
We'll be calling you Two-Arm Parry now.
Yes.
That's okay. The Perry, the mini child.
Yes. No.
And then we have M,
Parry the paternity test.
who just happened to take a bite, taking
Not
up
me
Josh's.
this week. Yes.
Not Josh this week. I am flex one arm, which is currently holding slightly more true because Kroll has kind of strapped my freshly broken arm to me like he promised. And the Sandpoint Devil has sent me his courtesies by getting me into this bloody invitational.
Okay. So, everyone has a interesting night's sleep. It's the quietest the Gold Goblin has been for as long as you can remember. Though there are screams of fire outside.
Is everyone holding their breath for this bloody thing tomorrow? They're just like...
Well, there was no chance anyone was going to come and try to steal from here while there was a fire raging in other part of the city.
Also, the amount of higher tier people we had in this building. Like, no one would want to start shit here.
No. Where is the love of my life staying?
Oh, she's staying with the other Hell Knights because there's a better accommodation. This place is a dive for her. Which is why she says it's perfect for you.
Yes.
I'm sure she said that more than once.
Hey, I'm staying here. I'm not over there with her. Happy about that.
I'm surprised she didn't drag you along unwillingly.
Is that any way to treat your best buddy, Sir Hemorrhoid?
Hey.
By the way, lifted of you from your curse from werewolf.
That was my mum. No, my mum. That was my wife.
No, I'm pretty sure that was Sir
No, it
Hemorrhoid.
was Sir Hemorrhoid who helped
Yeah,
you.
but he didn't.
But he would have got that from her.
He has the power to do it himself.
Oh, okay.
He would have got it from her.
That's what you believe.
That's it. That is certainly true. It is what I believe.
Maybe he
You
just
just
wants to
don't
see you
wanna-
suffer more.
Ignore the flirty sly wink that came with it, you know.
Yeah.
You just didn't want to taste hemorrhoids, that's why.
Well, also being interesting if you did owe him down the track, wouldn't it?
No, not at all.
Yeah, that's an
Not
idea.
at all.
So, morning of the
Well, this hemorrhoid, you
invitational.
must be an asshole.
There is a buzz going around the
Couldn't
city
say that,
because apparently
You weren't.
names have been thrown around, and people are going, what's going to happen now? And the fact that the winner of the big competition the night before is now the
Biggest one.
favorite to win.
Really?
Yeah.
What? What? Oh
But
dear.
you didn't win the tournament the night before. You were given second place.
I
like
know,
you.
this is what makes it so wrong. The rumour mill is powerful with this one, apparently.
And just because the rumor mill is incorrect, but you are the one who's gone forward, even though you didn't actually win.
Yep.
So
It's like true, but not true.
Quest is complaining to everyone he sees that they broke the rules and users shouldn't be competing. I made sure he won, damn it!
And no one's listening.
oh, you got plenty of people listening, and even this little girl with blue eyes and pigtails.
Oh, yeah.
She just pats you on the shoulder and says it was meant to be.
I smell meddling.
And she says yes.
I mean, did you see the whole tournament? There was meddling everywhere.
Everyone meddled in some way.
Hell, a ray of frost in my own cousin's face to try and win and still lost.
At least you did break your arm. Oh, you... Okay, I was worried because I was almost going to knock that off.
Yes, still got more food when I finish.
No, because it was hanging down and I keep...
I understand. So, you've all had rested. The little girl goes up to Quest at this point to enlist Quest in some work. She pretty much stares at you until you respond.
I'm pretty sure that could last all day.
Yeah, yeah.
That's okay, the longer he doesn't respond, the more creeped out he gets.
You have a small Chucky doll following
Yeah.
you wherever you go.
Blue-eyed, blonde-haired.
Wielding a knife.
I'm trying to formulate the best way to address you. So as not to make too much of a mess.
She looks at you and just tilts her head a little bit and
Creepy
goes,
doll has like no battery left.
"That works."
Hi, I'm Quest. It's nice to meet you.
Question.
She shakes your hand.
Does it come off?
It hurts a lot,
It
but
hurts a lot.
she was being gentle.
She was being gentle, okay.
How may I best address you?
Well, I have a job for you.
Hello, I have a
Yes,
for you.
boss.
So you're going to announce, and you're going to tell everyone what the rules are for the bout.
Uh-oh.
Okay, well, given my last set of rules got ripped up, is there a set of rules you'd like me to announce?
Yes.
Do I get to know them beforehand?
She thinks for a moment and goes, touches your head for a bit, and goes, "Yep, I can put it in there when it's needed."
When it's needed.
Yo.
Wow.
Do you have a full script to go along with it, or do I just off the dome?
Make it up as you go along.
Okay.
Don't worry,
And if I don't like it, we'll talk afterwards.
it'll be inserted into your dome, don't worry.
I'm sure you'll like it.
It's like, oh god, I hope she likes it.
You have to like it.
And he says, I've made all the arrangements, so no one else will talk down to you.
Oh, that'll be new. That might be a novel experience.
They've all been told they'll have to speak to me afterwards.
Can't have a no all of them.
I was expecting a podium.
Podium, you need a full
Free
split
soap
ladder.
Scaffold.
Scissor lift, there you go.
You just stand on Judy's shoulders. What are you talking about?
Still don't think it's bigger than the werewolf.
I will do this. Thank you.
And while you're talking with her, you see in the background a bunch of the cipher mages setting up what appears to be a giant mirror in the main hall.
Better than the gallows.
Walk over the mirror, flex my arms. Got two arms, got two arms, got two arms.
Looking in the mirror, you see the pit below the Golden Goblin.
The pit
Yeah.
below the golden goblin.
Mm.
It's like a viewing mirror.
Cute.
So people, they can pack this
I
place.
see where I'm going to be buried.
So they could pack this place to
Is
the
there anything else
rafters.
I can help you with today?
Oh, yeah.
Don't touch the mirror.
Arranged music.
Yeah, no worries. I can do that.
That's good. Make it as morbid as possible.
Morbid. I know a few gallows songs. It's fine.
That sounds good.
Okay.
Well, I'm off to find your healer.
No.
I think he's tapped out.
That's okay. I'm sure I can tap him back in again.
Okay.
No.
Have a nice day.
You too.
I'll do my best. Thank you. Bye.
And she skips away.
Yep. And Quest just turns and walks to the nearest shadow.
And when you're in the shadows, you start having these things into your brain.
Yep. I'm just gonna sit and wait for it to finish.
So you get along the lines of that. Whoever beats an opponent in the battle has to then has the honor of doing a quest for them.
As well as.
That's the so either they and if they complete that quest, they get to keep the item.
So if you lose.
If you lose, then you basically have to offer up a quest for that person who's beaten you.
Right, so when you win, you've
And
got
an
to
item.
do a quest, and upon completion of the quest, you get the item that they put in. Okay.
Or a favor if you wish to use the item as a favor instead.
So that's the items they've already put in, or additional items?
Yeah, that's the items they put in.
Put in. Wow. Still really want to know what that egg is. Actually, no, I don't. But anyway.
Just a question from last session.
Mhm.
Did Doozer get to keep the 600 gold from the kitty, or did
No,
that
no,
go
no.
to the elf?
It went to the other person because they won.
Okay.
No.
Yeah,
it
my
went-
cousin,
it
my
went-
cousin
it went to
literally
his
took the
co-
money, ran off, and gave the invitation to Doozer.
Right.
Yeah, he was like, thanks for the money, here's your ticket.
You deserve this more than me. I'll take the money though.
What does Juicer put in for there?
Do I have to put
No,
in
you don't
anything?
have to because you
Have to?
No.
Because I'm a tag along with this bloody thing, so...
Well, that they say the prize is the thing you value most. Which means that you'll owe someone a favour.
Oh my god. No.
Here
It's
we go.
puppy.
Yeah, we'll just copy. Probably.
Yep. Into the safe.
No, Poppy's guarding the egg. He's been doing a good job. And I've been like feeding him good steak from the kitchen. Anyway.
Okay, and so basically, beyond that, anyone can concede at any time.
Does that mean they lose and then have to
Yep.
offer their quest?
Yep.
Right.
It's gonna be interesting.
So my only choice is a favour. Any favour.
Yep.
Oh god, that's not gonna end well.
Yep.
A favour of the person's choice.
That's not gonna end well. I know what mine is
Hang on.
already.
You know what your quest is?
Yes.
What is it?
Probably legitimately hunting the Sandpoint Devil at that point. Yeah.
Good. Yeah, specifically, help me kill the Sandpoint Devil.
Because if anyone
And-
else kills the
and
devil,
survive.
you don't complete your quest.
Yeah, help me kill the Sandpoint Devil and live to talk about it.
Yeah. yeah. No, that's exactly what the quest is.
Yeah.
Or will have to be.
We'll
is help
find
me
out.
kill the Sandpoint Devil.
Okay.
Oh boy. Either that or I owe some, that, or if I lose, I owe someone a favour because I have nothing really else of value to give.
Depends on what they value. I actually have the list of all the competitors on here.
Bring me the Sandpoint Devil unconscious with 1 HP to coup d'etat.
Head of the Disco King.
So,
But that's impossible.
so Kroll, while you're waking up, the door falls off its hinge. You're sort of waking up and the door goes,
Knock knock.
and there's this little girl in pigtails standing there.
Oh, well, okay. I'm not going to complain then.
Yeah.
You'd be like halfway going through what the hi.
Yeah.
Look at this little
make
girl
your
running rampant, scaring the crap out of everybody.
Okay, she says.
Can I assist you?
Because this is also everyone else's dormitory as well.
Yeah.
Apparently you got to sleep in because you'd been doing a lot of work the night before.
Yeah, there's a lot of arms broken.
Well, she's come here to see if you're prepared to provide medical services for the battle today.
I am, but if you're referring to things such as resurrection, I don't offer those services.
He doesn't really care about that sort of thing.
Okay, as long as we're clear.
Well, she said medical services, not priestly services.
Fine, I can do that. Is there any specifics you wanted to know about?
Well, I just hadn't checked beforehand, she says.
No, okay. Well, it's a good habit to check, I guess. Was there a particular thing you were checking for, or just...
No, just checking. I've arranged music, now I've arranged entertainment.
Right, you're just checking off the list.
Yeah. She's considering your medicine entertainment.
Ah, excellent. So, out of curiosity, who's next on your list?
Oh, I was going to look for the guy who didn't break his arms. I was going to see if I could rectify that.
Many of those.
See if you could rectify it.
I heard a complaint that he didn't get his arms broken.
Wasn't complaining.
Who ran off?
Yeah, so some wizard who says he's the buffest man because he didn't get his arms broken.
Oh, okay, right.
Can you point me in his direction?
I'm assuming I know who this is?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I will
What's he doing?
point him in the general direction of whom they speak.
God, that's a bit cryptic.
I'm probably with the goblins burning shit down. No, actually, I'm not.
No, you're looking at the mirror going, ooh, pretty.
And so while you're staring at the mirror and sort of seeing the sands in there and a bit of a reflection of yourself, you see, looking bit around the side of you, there's a little girl with pigtails.
Oh. Hi!
Oh.
Hey, did she just teleport or is there like
Do
a
you
space
have
of time?
Hard to tell because you're not in the same rooms.
I was expecting to come out of the mirror and go.
You haven't
He says, I heard you had a problem, I was here to fix it.
I don't have a problem.
You don't? You've already done it?
No, I don't have a problem. I'm boasting to my friends.
About what?
Prove how much of an asshole I
She
Yeah!
says, I can help with that.
How are you willing to help?
Well, if you need it bigger, I can make it bigger.
I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Thanks, but no thanks.
I heard you had an arm problem.
No, my arms are working fine.
I can fix that.
No, I need those.
Really?
I need those just in case things go wrong later.
I'm sure they will. I don't think there's a, you think they will. I'm sure they will.
Oh, no, I understand they will go wrong, but I need my arms to hopefully rectify that later.
Okay. She just pats you on the arm, which hurts.
Ow, 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 ow. Thanks for the moral support. Ow, ow,
She says, there.
ow. Ow, 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 ow.
And now I'm off to find the junk wannabe.
The junk wannabe.
So while you're sitting down having a talk with your potential mentor.
I am actually talking with him.
Could have been
Okay.
a junk has been.
Junk fanboy.
You notice that sitting next to you is the little girl with pigtails. You don't remember her getting there all.
That's okay. She's a small child. They skitter around.
Ah!
My character sort of looks down and goes, Blondie.
Yeah, I heard you wanted to take the title Junk Punched.
Eventually.
I can help you be Junk Punched.
You can help me to what?
Earn the title.
That's okay. I shall earn it on my own. My character's got his hand in or arm in a sling, but he goes, I'll earn it on my own. Through my own efforts.
Are you sure about that, she says?
I am.
You don't seem to be that great at it so far.
Not yet.
Oh.
The more I try, the stronger I get.
So does that mean I should help you break the other arm so it will get stronger too? I'm more than happy to help. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. I can throw legs in there too if that will make you run
Dare I
faster.
ask who you've signed up
You're
now?
a very strange little girl.
Well, when I grow up, I'm sure I'll be stronger,
Shoot again.
she says.
Oh, sorry. It's fine. She's apparently
Hmm.
checking you.
Um, So I start talking to. I'm just going, this little kid's freaking me out.
And he's sort of nodding and going, like, yeah, she taught me well, he says.
She taught you.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, okay.
My character's like, you put me on.
No, she's the one who came up with the whole Junk Punch tradition.
Really?
She just looked at you and gives you the sweetest smile.
Who are you?
She just pats you on the arm, the broken one, so it hurts.
Well, but broken one's on the other side. So she pats me.
She pats that one, yeah. And that hurts, worse than the broken arm.
Worse than the broken arm.
She says, I'm sure you know, she says.
No, I'm quite sure I don't. I have no idea what to say about this. I'm just looking at this little girl going.
Do any of us know what to say about this?
Yeah, exactly,
small
I'm like-
thing running around.
And then when you look down again, she's gone.
Would someone put a bell on that girl? I look around. And I get back to talking. I try to find out from him what he knows about her. And what exactly it was that she taught him to do.
Survive in the streets. By any means necessary.
That little girl.
Mm-hmm. Don't worry, she's not a girl. And she's not little.
Oh,
She looks very little and she looks very girlish.
Yes, she likes doing that.
Uh-huh. Okay. Okay. My character's thinking, if I'm going to get anywhere, I'm going to eventually have to go to her for training. So my character's going, okay, interesting. Interesting.
Well, to be the best, you've got to fight the best.
Yes.
He says.
My character goes, just nods knowingly. Yes.
And then you sort of notice that where Dooz is standing over near the fireplace with Poppy, the little girl sort of looking into the fireplace as well.
Duh.
So, while you're there, feeding Poppy, you notice the little girl standing with you.
The friend of the Sandpoint devil.
Yep.
Any news today?
Sure. There was a fire in the city.
Okay.
As we can see out the windows, the smoke plume.
Nice to know this.
Many goblins died in the blaze.
That's not surprising. I presume they started it.
Hard to tell. All signs point to the buffest wizard known to man. He says.
Wait, what was that?
You're getting blamed for the fire, buddy.
Oh,
Interesting. What has he done now?
I'm sure you can ask him. I'm sure he'll deny it.
Sounds about right. After what I've seen go through his head, anything is possible.
That's right. That's your own fault.
Yes and no.
Yeah, that's your own
Would you
fault.
like one?
I'll swap you one.
Yep.
Thanks, bud. I've not tried these before.
And before she skips off, she says, I hope you're ready to travel.
So I'm kind of like, what? And she's probably like disappeared.
Yeah,
Like, what?
Someone's getting a very important quest soon.
You're
Travel?
right, that's pretty good. That's not bad at all.
Very smooth.
Okay.
I don't know about this year's badge, but last year's badge improved greatly on the flavor.
I really liked a ale, a cidery sort of thing they had out of South Africa area that was this white chocolate and strawberry, and it was such a small batch that they didn't really sell it much in Canberra, and it went off before people bought it. But what I bought of it, I absolutely loved. That was before I found out I was allergic. But it was still nice, so it burnt, but it was nice. But it's amusing how many things you do to yourself because you don't really know it's bad for you.
Very true. Yep. Very, very true.
Okay, so noon comes up pretty quickly, faster than anyone expected. There's about 150 odd goblins hanging around asking for Parry.
150 odd.
50 missing. There was
Yeah.
200 last night.
Damn.
There's now 150.
They had a goblin party.
Yeah, exactly. So they're asking for me.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure.
As you come out, all of them look as if they've been in a fire.
Ah!
Soot all over them.
I guess you guys and gals have done well.
We've been helping.
I can tell you've been very busy.
We help.
I understand that. Points to smoke plume. Was that you?
That was where we live.
Goblin party.
Wait, that was where you live.
Yeah, accident.
That's right. I enlisted goblins to do this.
What did you ask them to do?
To go get our employer some territory.
What Parry thought was clear, simple instructions.
Then I forgot they were goblins.
Brady's like, it was so clear.
No, don't worry.
It's very clear. They had a very
In my mind,
clear
Brian's
sense
just
of
like-
purpose.
How did you fuck that up?
Very clear sense of purpose. Very direct course of action.
Many goblins died putting out fire.
Why was the fire in your house to begin or in your home to begin with?
That's where we cook the best stuff.
You were cooking.
Yes.
What were you cooking?
Boomy stuff.
Your boomy stuff went boom while you were cooking. Congratulations, guys.
A lot of them seemed very happy with that. It meant it was their best stuff yet.
What? Because it burnt your place of residence down?
It exploded through the containment.
They all think that was a fantastic experiment. They want to repeat it as soon as possible.
Oh
I was going to
god.
say, I think we're missing a step.
My old-
First question should be, you can cook?
Yeah.
Hey,
You remember that
Not
goblin-
well.
You remember that goblin vendor that we sent away with like 3 coppers or whatever?
Yeah, that probably took me 10 years.
So yes, you see that the goblins all look very mangled by their fun, and they're seeing if they can get some reward money to go make some more. Having achieved first quest. Well, no one else will claim that place now.
It's fair. Very fair.
it's free real estate.
It's new territory.
It is indeed new territory. I'll make sure I'll let my boss know about that one.
Not only do you have like a bunch of random kids that are supposedly yours, you now got to home 150 goblins.
Why just keep on paying them and just keep on exploding shit?
Kids. Takes a village after all.
We'll have to
We're gonna lose like 50 goblins a night at this rate.
So the leader holds out his hand, waiting for more funds.
How much
Wonder-
did
I
you
wonder-
give them last time?
I think it was like $2 or $3 or something like that. Let's give him another $2. See what could possibly go wrong.
He takes them and goes, huzzah! And they all rush off.
Perfect.
Let's go burn more crap.
Who of us hears this?
It's quite loud as you hear Goblin going out, let's go burn more crap.
Yeah. Are they in goblin or common?
Goblin.
Okay, so we just hear a whole bunch of blah 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 away.
Use it for quests the same.
2, 3.
In terms of...
You can speak goblin too.
I don't believe I do because I'm...
No, I think the only 2 of you guys.
Yeah, I think it's really hard for no goblin.
No. I know Elven, Common, Nomish, and Varisia.
I'm dealing with your problem right now. You currently have now 50 less goblins that want to find you.
And then you start having people rocking up for the viewing the invitation.
Oh, okay. I was going to say the fucking Harry opportunity.
Oh, they're
test.
turning
Here
up
we go.
in the afternoon?
Yep, because they want to get the best seats.
Yeah, the
And start drinking.
Oh, of course.
Pirate Fraternity test is the event after this.
Harry's already at the bar just getting wasted after giving 2 gold away just to these poor goblins that are probably going to go kill themselves again.
Or someone else.
That I'll be actually grateful if they kill someone else, okay? Because then it'll be actual good territory that Soul can take.
Just so much why.
By the way, I got a soul. See that plume of smoke over there? If you choose, that's yours.
Wasn't that where I had my goblin tenement?
Your goblin tenement.
Yeah.
No, it's your territory.
It's still yours then. No one's gonna try and claim it.
Someone burnt it down last night.
Yeah, the goblins in that tried to have experiments.
God damn goblins, he says.
I know, right?
This is the 3rd one this year.
And I'm giving you more funds to do more. Yay!
Yeah, but now where are they gonna do it? They're probably gonna find some shoddy warehouse somewhere.
Which turns into a new goblin tenement until it burns down.
Yeah, exactly. Wherever the goblins go is the goblins' tenement. It's like Asgard.
Yeah, you go serve the eviction.
It's like Ragnarok, wherever the people go.
The people are what makes Asgard.
Well, it does say that there is an ongoing bet for how long a goblin tenement survives. based on how many months they think it would be before they burn the place down.
And how long was it between this one and the last one?
But he won the pool. It was 6 months.
Oh, wow. That's not too
Does he
bad.
wipe out a chalkboard saying next without incident? 0.
Are we going on 0 months? Is 0 months an option?
Yeah, 0 months don't count. It's got to last at least a month.
Right.
And if it happens before 0 months, then all the funds go to rebuilding.
We should have run the miners already.
Okay, so you do also get instructions from the little girl in your brain again. She wants you to set up a booth for the important guests to view the fight in the lower areas.
In the lower areas.
Yeah, because there is a platform where you can sit and watch the fight from above it.
It's like
Quest
the like
tries
VIP
and
section.
reaches. Quest tries to reach out mentally to her to send a question, saying, "How pretty does it have to be? Is chairs enough, or do I need to do more?"
He didn't give you any more instructions.
Dang. I need someone helpful. Percy's to the rescue! Come here.
All the Percys drop whatever they're doing, so you hear a whole bunch of glass breaking, plates breaking,
Oh.
chairs getting knocked over,
Shrug.
and then you're surrounded by 12 Percys.
Yes.
You didn't
good.
know there were 12 Percys, all up.
How many did I know there were?
You knew at least 10.
How many of you are there? How many brothers do you have?
They look at each other. Many.
Many. Yes. Okay, I can count to many.
More than 2, he said. They say.
Yes. Okay. Each of you grab a chair.
You see them fighting over the one chair.
No. Each of you grab a chair by yourself.
Okay, and then they start pushing guests off chairs.
Are they the important guests?
No.
That's fine. We're taking them
So,
downstairs.
Willie, you find yourself pushed off a chair by a Percy. As your chair's then being carried off.
Actually, Willie, you should grab a chair and come with me to the VIP step.
I'm going to go after whoever picked up my chair.
Yep. You see one of the Percys.
Okay, I'm going to tap the Percy on the shoulder.
He turns around.
I smile. I put my hand on the chair.
Mhm.
I go, not this one. And I take it off him.
Give me a athletic check.
If he resists, like I don't try to force it from his hands. I'm expecting him to release it.
He doesn't seem to release it. He's like,
Yeah.
got job to do. Taking chairs.
Not this one.
Speak to Goblin.
No, not this one.
Give me a persuasion roll.
You're having an argument with a potato right now.
My character is about to bitch slap this guy.
One less Percy.
Wow, I'm not going to kill him.
Well,
Because I'm not evil!
None of us are evil.
Are we
What are
all
you
in this
talking
area
about?
currently?
Yes, you can see it happening.
I cast guidance on Percy.
I want this
There's
to
no
go.
spellcraft anymore, is there?
So what's the skill?
Athletics.
No, I'm not trying to force it. I'm trying to...
Intimidation.
Intimidate. Oh, sorry.
Persuasion.
Make it intimidation. I was using a fifth edition term.
Natural 20.
Natural 20. He drops it and goes, apologise. Sorry. Your chair.
Turn around and walk away with the chair.
No.
Put it down at the table. Look around.
And you're the only one at the table now because all the other chairs have been taken.
So everybody just got to let the person
No.
take it.
Willie, you should bring that chair to the VIP area. Come on.
Why?
Oh, it's your chair, right?
Yes.
Well, you should bring it to the VIP area. Grab another one while you're
My
at
character
it.
goes, you're right. I am a VIP.
Well, while you're at it, bring another one.
There are there any others?
There are a couple of others still, yes.
Okay. So I put my hand through, because I've still got the hand in the thing. Put my hand through the hole in the backrest. Grab the other chair. Pick
Actually,
them both up.
Perseus, let's make this a fun game. How many chairs can you bring to the VIP area?
And they start running now to around the place, going, and then after about 5 minutes, they come back to you and go, "Where's VIP area?"
Ah!
All right.
I think you have to make a VIP area, don't you?
Well, there's a box apparently, so take them down to the box. Okay.
So if I show you on the map, you actually have a basement level, all the space around here looking down onto the pit.
Yep.
And so when you go down, that's the actual pit it looks down on. So they can actually see below it.
Nice. So, do we know how many VIPs there are?
All you know is that VIPs will be directed to that room.
There's at least 25.
And you think some of the fighters will also be considered VIPs.
Yep.
But they might be, because they might want to watch other people fight.
Right. So I tell the Percy's. I get one Percy out and I tell him, put all 3 of your chairs down.
Mhm.
Tell me which of your chairs is the comfiest.
He starts sitting on them all.
Yep.
He sits on one, moves to the next, goes back to the first, and he's doing this for. He's done it at least 3 or 4 times without giving a response.
Do you remember what I asked?
To sit on chairs and sit on chairs.
No. That's okay.
You've got an
Just-
army of stupid Percy's, I've got an army of stupid goblins.
But you
So,
are teaching
how
me
many chairs
musical
does he have?
chairs, so
3.
I'm impressed.
3? How many does the most... Which Percy has the most chairs? And how many chairs do they have?
The one who has the most is probably him with the 3 chairs. The others have 2 to 3 chairs amongst them, but that they sort of trying to take it to the VIP area and come back and run as many times as possible, but they still haven't figured out what the VIP area
Yeah,
is.
How many chairs would it
A couple of them been stacking them on the stage. One was sticking them on top of the bar. Another one was taking him into the refresher.
Percy's! Follow me! Bring your chairs! Yay!
Okay, they try to grab more chairs.
We run down to the VIP area.
Mhm.
How many follow? How many do I have now?
Well, all of them, yeah. All the Percys follow you.
Yeah, 13.
Put your chairs on the floor nicely. Like, Percy's, which of your chairs are the comfiest?
And they look at. They all shrug,
No, find out which is the comfiest. Sit
Okay.
in the chairs.
and then they start sitting in chairs and trying all the chairs.
Okay, that's enough. Thank you, Percy's. You've done a wonderful job. You can go back to what you were doing before. Or go upstairs, have a drink.
Okay, they all come upstairs.
Start dragging the chairs out and setting them up. And assume I've got somewhere between 24 and 36 chairs.
You've got about 40 chairs down here.
That'll be enough. So I set up 30 chairs, and I have a stack of them in a corner somewhere.
I love how you're essentially treating the Percy's like 2-year-olds. Come here, Percy.
I should be treating the goblins the same.
Well, look, I figured I had to get one of them to test it first, because if he sat in the chair and broke it, I didn't want all of them doing it.
Fair enough. That's fair.
And once you figure out how to do something, it's really easy to make all of them do it. So yeah, I set
That
up
is
30
terrible.
chairs, I've got 10 in the corner
Very
somewhere,
true.
just in case anyone else shows up. Is there an intelligent staff member somewhere?
Yep.
That's not
Harry.
us.
No.
Aw.
There's Lily.
Lily. Lily's the bard though, right?
Lily's the waitress who is
Oh,
friend
his
of
girlfriend.
The waitress of the
She was
cocktail
also
bar.
one of the gambler runners.
Yeah.
There's literally all the 2
What?
bodyguards.
dark bodyguards.
One that guards the safe and one that guards the body.
Yeah.
Quest is going to spend the rest of the time before people start showing up, just waiting for someone to be directed to the VIP room, and then he's going to do something.
Okay.
You,
We don't know what he's gonna
you gotta
do.
formulate your speech on the rules.
Oh, I've already done that.
Oh.
I got told to do it, so that was fine.
Okay, so
Thrown into your dome.
about an hour before it's due, the room is fairly packed with all the people wanting to see what happens, but without actually a VIP invite.
Yep.
And then there's a lot of quiet as room is made as you see the Overlord of Rulebook rock up.
The
With-
Overlord.
yeah.
Okay.
We actually get to see him.
We saw him last time.
Did we?
He showed up for the other one, but he just sat in the background. This time he's sort of making an impression, and beside him you see Armbreaker, as well as on the other side Legbreaker, and then walking in front of him is the faded gnome.
Wow.
So the family's here, essentially. Is he a gnome?
No, he is a rather burly looking human. He looks like he could give you a run for the money in wrestling. And he's got big pirate cap on.
So he's
Big
making a show
plume.
of being an actual pirate of Report.
He has what looks to be a massive cutlass on his side, which does hum as he moves.
Wow, it's magical colours.
He is lord of the town for a reason,
Fair enough.
That's a bit scary, isn't it?
and he's walking like a predator.
He's
Basically,
walking tall and proud.
no, he's not tall and proud. He's just walking as if he's about to kill something.
Nice.
It's the sort of thing you're most of the heroes of the orc customs do, because they're always waiting for battle. He looks like he's ready for battle at any moment.
What race is he?
He's human.
That we can see outwardly.
Not showing any other races, but he does have big beard and big hat, so he could have elven heritage or orc heritage. He's not smiling. He's just looking ahead sternly.
The Doozer recognises that more as someone who could just upright kill you on the spot.
And basically, it's the walk of a trained fighter.
Yeah.
Someone who's in perfect balance.
Do we know who it is?
That's
Yes.
lucky.
Yes, but we.
You do know who it is, because he's not a unknown in the city. Everyone knows who he is. Everyone talks about him.
But we don't
And
often or
he
rarely
rarely-
see.
This is the first
He's
time
really
I
seen
believe
it.
you've
See,
actually
we
seen
got
him.
Yeah.
told
Second time.
a few sessions ago. The only time we've ever seen him is with that key.
And that's basically what he looks like coming.
Wow.
But what's even weird is this is the first time Armbreaker and Legbreaker have
Well,
ever appeared in the same
Legbreaker is her older brother.
Oh, that's right, it's not the twin.
Is that the twin? You've never seen the twin?
There's another twin, apparently.
Well,
not another twin,
she's a
there's-
brother, but then there's the brother and then there's the twins.
Supposedly.
Yeah. So
And he walks in, basically looking like he owns the place, sort of attitude.
We can assume that he's going to be one of the VIPs. The quest runs off down to the VIP area. Is there anyone loitering in there now?
Nope.
Nope. He tugs on his.
Willie took a seat.
Yep.
He took the most prominent seat.
I've got a nice position. I've got a chair next to me. Somewhere I've got a small side table. Got a jug of beer with a couple of cups on it.
Willie, you're needed upstairs quickly. They need someone to preen and show off.
Somebody else to do it. I'm busy drinking beer.
All right, it's your funeral. And he tugs his cap and he turns solid gold, or it looks like he turns solid gold and starts doing something statue.
Yeah. He's literally the gold goblin right now. Okay, so the next thing you know, that there's startled silence as everyone turns to see upstairs a gold goblin step into the room, and there's a gap made between the gold goblin and the overlord.
nice. Good show.
What's my name? Standing at the end.
Well, no one's given anyone any directions of where to go yet. Only you, Percy, and
Alright, what's his name?
his name is
Gaston
Gaston
Cromarty.
Cromarty.
Lord Gaston! Right this way, sir. We have your seat prepared.
He looks at you closely,
I just stand
and then
still
he just nods in respect and walks forward, flanked by the two gnomes and followed by the albino gnome who just it's the first time you've ever seen him smile at you. He's never shown any emotion up until now. He just smiles.
Is he smiling or is he bearing his teeth?
No, he actually seems to be smiling, which is the scariest thing you've ever seen.
The smile actually reaches his eyes.
Oh, there's no smile to the eyes. It's just
That's
the
now.
I rolled a 27 to not show the shiver down my spine.
So he's bearing his teeth. The quest will lead them down He's being very loud. And right this way, Overlord, you will see that we have a VIP section set up for you. You've got the perfect seat right by the ringside to see everything that goes on.
He goes and sits right down next to Willie.
He sits down and I go, how you doing? Keep looking. Oh,
This is Willie
drink.
One Kenobi. He is...
He's my server, I see.
you should be so lucky. Although actually I am pouring him a glass.
I am. Apparently I am today, he says. Don't worry, I shall remember you.
Yeah, I'm hard to forget.
What was your name again?
Willie One Kenobi.
I don't know if you actually have a death with, but I'm pretty sure you have.
My character's going, I don't know who this guy is, and I don't really care.
Quest backs out to the room and goes and stands on top of the torch.
And so you see next to him is Armbreaker.
Oh,
And then
like great
Legbreaker.
Armbreaker.
And basically, you actually see a smile go from this guy's, the bleach gnome's mouth all the way up to his eyes at your insolence.
I don't realise I'm being insolent. I'm just going, why is he smiling? That's really weird.
And basically, give me a will save.
Oh.
This is what I made one earlier.
26.
26. You have the most horrendous shiver go up your spine.
I sort of go, oh.
Just looking at him like that.
Yeah, I sort of say to the guy next to me, I go, bit chilly in here, isn't it? I sort of look down into the pit.
Yes, I'm sure it will warm up soon enough. If not, I can always get you sent in to help warm you up.
Really?
I'll make it my special purpose.
Really? That's very kind of you.
Would you like to represent the city?
I'm happy to represent myself.
No, the city.
Okay, I guess. If I
Okay. Yeah. Well, I own the city, so of course you're going to represent the city.
You do? Who are you?
He just slaps you again. Pook! Before you can even register he's done it, you've been hit in the back of the head.
I look around thinking somebody behind me is hitting me.
You see him put his arm down right after this happened. It's like,
Okay, you're Mr. Slappy?
I did get called that once.
I'm confused. Who are you?
My name is Gaston.
Gaston.
Riddlepot is my town.
Ah.
And apparently, you're going to work for me for a while now. Thanks for offering.
Possibly.
We'll see how you fare in the pit. That's your interview.
Looking forward to it. Looking forward to it.
Okay, so and you witnessed the entire thing.
Yeah.
I'm getting it.
I didn't leave before then.
No, when you saw what was happening, it was just too much interest.
Okay.
You're statuing by the door, just going, "Ooh, this is good."
It's not very often you actually get to see Willie almost look like he's trying to back down but unable to.
Yeah.
No, my character is going, actually looking forward to it.
He is now that he got offered into the pit. He got the one thing he really wanted.
Yeah. I get to show what I can do.
Congratulations, Willie. This is such a good boon for you.
This one's got
Good
me.
things come to those who deserve it, my friend.
Okay.
And you truly do.
And you truly do deserve it.
And then with a fanfare, each of the other groups arrive with a show of strength and muscle. As the show ante come in, each flexing. And when they flex, they sort of almost like their entire body just goes.
It's almost like a blow-up balloon.
Yeah.
Yes. What are they? Flex Armstrong.
And you had wandered up until that point where Juicer gets it from. You don't wonder anymore.
How long does it take for them all to show up?
Well, that they all show up as a group of 10.
No, like for the days. How long does it take?
Probably take them about 2 or 3 hours.
2 hours. The spell runs out. The people who are late just get a normal goblin. Yes.
You can't extend that magic.
I can't keep it up.
You can't cast it again.
Okay,
It's like
so
monster
so
attack.
the Shoanti are quite impressed by you showing up as a gold goblin and hoist you up on their arms and carry you down.
What is this? No! Whatever you want, sir.
Yeah.
And then at that point you realise that yes, woman's face turns. You go, sir.
Man? I didn't want to presume.
It's hard to tell with all the muscles right now. To be honest, most of them don't have beards. They're
I don't mean any offense by it. It's just like basic is weird, common is weird. Like all the gendered pronouns, male is supposed to be superior. As a goblin, I don't believe such things, but I'm just trying to show you the most respect I can.
Roll bullshit detector.
Sure, give me a deception roll there as you get yourself out of a hole.
I was half expecting them to like bring them to the pile of treasure. And go, we would put this guy in the pot.
Yeah. No, but you also wondered why Doomsday enjoys throwing you or putting you up on his shoulders. You don't wonder about that anymore either.
I just thought it was cute. Deception.
Hmm?
It's going to be an 18.
Okay. Yes. Well, at least you can be respectful, little one.
That's my best.
Even if you get everything wrong.
Yes.
Okay, so they take a group of chairs. And they seem to be talking rapidly in Shoanti, using various dialects.
I speak that.
And so some of the dialects are strange for you to pick up. But you do get the gist of that they're wondering if they will get a new challenge this year. They've rarely won the right to a challenge. Meaning they participate because they want something that will challenge their skills to the max.
It means they haven't won before.
They're
Really.
humble bragging. No,
They're not even humble bragging. They're going. We want to win because we haven't won yet.
Well, they want a challenge. They don't care if they win the competition, as long as they get a challenge that they
it's either they
can.
haven't had to fight to win, or they've lost really quickly. Right. They haven't had a chance to actually test their mettle.
I can empathise with that. That's losing really quickly.
And so the next one in are the orcs. They don't make any fanfare at all. They just walk through the crowd and push everyone out of the way. When people notice they're coming, it's like. And so they come in, don't really make any much of a fanfare. They look down at you and then they just smile at a golden goblin.
Yeah, so I just right this way, sirs, and then I try to hurriedly run through the crowd before they stop me.
And when you get down, you notice that the lich is already sitting down there.
What's her name?
She didn't really give you her name. They went out of the way not to give you their names.
Undead Master. It's good to see you here.
She looks at you with the big gravelly voice again, and I thought we corrected this.
As I'm sure the Shoanti will tell you, I get everything wrong.
Good call. Good call. Like it.
You do hear laughter coming from the Shoanti.
Miss Orc Masters, please take a seat that's not occupied.
I need to like a scoreboard for like quest saves of the day, 2 out of 10. Yeah.
No, Quest didn't get his ass smushed because he said something dumb.
It's been next day since.
And then as you turn around, you see coming down the stairs already the Hell Knights.
They're just coming down?
Yeah. They apparently knew which way to go.
Yeah, so I just...
And in front of them is a giant panther.
steps out of their way, bows deeply, waits for them all to pass, and gets back upstairs.
Yeah. As you step to the side, the panther just stops and looks you face to face. You remember that panther?
Face to face, is he like crouching really low?
Well, he sort of walked. Most of them stalk with their head down, not at shoulder height.
Yep.
So he just sort of turns and looks you into the face.
And then screams.
And in your head, screaming, you hear the word "Wabajak," and then it continues on.
Yep.
But just in your head.
Yeah.
Quest is like, it is real.
In my voice or in its voice?
Its voice.
Its voice. They are masters of illusion. I know this. I can't be too fair.
And then it goes and sits next to Willie. It just looks at Willie.
Oh, sorry.
He's your best friend, Kitty.
Is that you, Kitty?
And you hear, "Yes, that's me," in your head.
Who's a good kitty?
And
Would you like some ale?
He just looks at you a bit and tilts its head.
Well, actually, I get my mug and I just put it down so it can stick its muzzle into the thing.
He puts his mouth around the thing, tips it up,
Okay.
and puts it back down again.
Pour myself another glass.
And then you notice that so Hemorrhoids is behind you while you're pouring, as is your lady.
My love, Sir Hemorrhoid.
And,
So glad to see you here.
Then you see the 3 champions are there as well.
Champion?
The 3 Hell Knight champions that
Oh.
signed up.
I know. If I know their names, I greet them. Unless one of them's the one that was a
Steve,
dick to
George,
me.
George, and Fred.
In which case I-
One of them you recognise as the barman.
Surely
Yeah,
Larry and
I know
Lowe.
him.
At
And
the barman.
yeah.
Wow.
They can take their armor off.
Yeah, that was good. I was gonna say that again, very rare.
Very rare.
Tonight.
Why are you singing that already?
So far, all
Roll in the
VIPs
mood for
have
a
been
snap.
recruits.
Go
Quest is
away.
going to
It's
run up
gonna be alright.
and say, hey, you should really come down and join the VIP area.
As you're saying that, you hear a bellow as a door bursts open as the dwarf snaps in, followed by a troop of 15 dwarves.
Don't punch.
No, the not Junk Punch, just the dwarf.
Oh,
The one from Jangle Hall.
So half a second, I got the dwarves mixed up with goblins. I'm like, wow, they went from 150 to 15. How did that go wrong? Never mind, the dwarves not
At this point,
goblins.
I think I run out of chairs and have to...
And he sort of turns to the others and goes, "You mingle here."
Okay, that's fine.
And he walks forward.
I stand up, from my chair,
Mhm.
and I offer him a glass of beer.
He grabs another chair and just drags it over.
From who's sitting on it?
There was a gnome sitting on it.
So specifically, he grabs the occupied chairs.
Yeah.
Okay, I sit back down again and. offer
And
him-
he sits beside Kitty and with Kitty between you and him.
I introduce Kitty.
Kitty just looks at him and just flicks his tail in his direction. He goes, "Cats."
The character sort of thinks and goes and says nothing.
Okay.
I don't want to piss Kitty off.
Sure.
Yeah, but Kitty knows your thoughts anyway.
You really sure?
See if Arietta needs anything.
Did you make those? You don't
Does anyone need the bathroom?
No.
No?
She just asked if she never showed. Okay, so. And
grab one of mine.
just as your spell wears out, the princess shows up.
The elven one.
Is it like she walks in and I look...
Yep.
Like,
Timing, damn it!
Parry didn't go there.
Deepest apologies, I lost concentration there. Unfortunately, I can't do it again today.
She just looks at you and goes, "I can fix that."
Yikes.
You want to be gold, right?
Just say yes.
I like to look golden.
Before you sit down, I was going to
Alright.
I apologize.
She gestures and says something very musical.
Yep.
And then you find yourself looking far more elegant than you did before.
This is a first.
And you can sound so much smoother.
Oh, well, this is a first.
Why, hello?
And basically, you look like the Prince of Goblinhood. Goblin royalty.
You know, I have a feeling that like 10 years from now, there's going to be another goblin who looks exactly like this.
This is the uprising you want.
My lady, please allow me to escort you down to the VIP area. It's a sequel.
Lead on.
Rated out.
And she follows on with basically unearthly grace.
Yep.
As only someone who's had 300 years of practicing walking can basically make every eye stare at you.
There is the literal term of effortless that comes to mind.
So, is it unearthly as in, you know, she's not touching the earth?
Hard to tell because she makes no sound. She moves as if she's not moving.
Yep.
And basically not a hair moves out of place. The clothes don't seem to do, but she seems to be moving. You can see movement, but you can't tell what she's moving.
Positively spectral, mother.
And she happily takes a seat. And then when you finally make it up, you see the werewolf coming in with the little girl sitting on his shoulders, pulling his ears, directing him.
Oh,
Okay.
We don't know her name yet either. Do we know his name?
No. They chose not to give names for a reason.
yeah, because there's people powerful enough here to use names against them.
Their names are power. People use nicknames and they go on by whatever nickname you want to give them.
My lord, boss, it's good to see you here this evening.
It's okay, I just went out for a drive.
Wait, who's driving who?
In my convertible werewolf.
I trust it was a lovely ride. Lots of horsepower.
More wolf power, she says.
Wolf
I was
power.
about to say, what have horses eaten?
Good to the last bite.
Right this way, there are chairs waiting for me.
You can sort of see her, batter
Someone
ankles
say-
into his neck as he's,
Yeah, puts the spurs in.
yeah.
Someone
He sort of,
say-
jumps forward and starts moving.
Someone say it'd be a VW convertible.
Is he slightly more dead looking than he was yesterday? Or is he just...
No, but he does have that look of intense anger.
Not a BMW. Just big
Just
monstrous
get inside
werewolf.
the eyes.
yeah. There's a slight twitch you can just see.
I noticed this.
Yeah.
The character's probably staring, going,
Basically comes down and the kitty sort of even. It's one of the few times you see your kitty look alert.
It's the claw model.
the character sort of leans in and goes, "It's okay, kitty, I'll look after you."
As you're leaning in, you catch a very quiet "Yes, mistress."
Ooh.
A very quiet from King.
From the cat, as if the cat's in communication with something.
Right.
Ooh.
Someone's in trouble.
And then it just goes back into a relaxed state.
Okay.
So it's either your lovely wife telling the cat to stand
My
down,
lovely wife.
or the little girl telling it to stand down.
It'll be my wife.
Okay, so the little girl parks the werewolf at, near the chair,
Near us. Okay. Well,
and then she says, "Stay."
I give the werewolf a nod.
He just falls over and seems to go to
Excuse
sleep.
me while I tie up my werewolf.
So my character's about to offer him a drink and goes, "Okay."
Oh, don't worry, he'll recover soon. They always do.
What did she do to him?
Oh, she turns to you and goes, "I rode him well."
Character's about to say something and thinks better of it. He goes, Sitting there going, okay.
She looks at you. Willie, you seem to be stuck for words. Would you like an assistance?
You ready, Captain Will?
Sure. I'll buy a word.
You ready, Captain Will?
What would you like to buy?
I don't know. I thought you were going to assist me with them.
Well, if you're going to buy a word, what are you paying with?
Pull out a silver coin.
She just looks at it, doesn't touch it.
The case is looking at it going.
She just looks at you, just doesn't like silver.
Doesn't like silver. Put my silver coin away. Too rich for my blood. Blondie.
Well, that could always take a year if you like. You don't need them.
I think I do.
Well, you're not going to live forever, are you?
Wow.
She pulls out a contract, disappears in her hands and says, on this thing it says that you've got, and she basically states roughly another 14 years left in your allotted span. And then rolls it back up
Sorry,
again.
in my...
Allotted span.
Really?
You don't need all 14.
Character's going... That makes me 30.
Yep.
Character's going... Okay. Good to know. Thanks for sharing.
That's okay, it changes on a daily basis.
Does it?
It's gone down rapidly since you've been here.
My character sort of looks at his arm and goes, yeah, I've had a little bit of unluck. In fact, I think that dudes are cheated, but, you know, we'll see how it works out when I get back in the
You
ring.
snapped Willie's arm.
Yeah. Oh no. I didn't just snap it. It was poking out.
Could be worse. Could have lost the arm completely.
Yeah.
Could have, but I don't think I'm that.
I'm waiting for that. Not
You
waiting for
rolled a
it
19, I
Harry.
rolled a 1, and you're stronger than I am.
Yes.
So,
That
could have...
was 19 on the dice.
Yeah,
it
mine was
eight.
on the dice. So yeah, I think it could have been worse if you had rolled a 20.
Almost rolled my full strength.
You roll a 20, which is a critical. I roll a 1, which is a critical failure. Add them together, and it's not good for Willie.
It's like, separate!
Yeah.
Okay, at which point you see the cat climb down into the pit and sit in the center of the pit.
Is everyone that we're expecting to be here?
Everyone appears to be here, as well as a few other people that came down that you have no idea who they are. They didn't introduce themselves. And then everyone hears a yelling in their voice, "Welcome! The proceedings are about to begin. Please keep your eye on the fancy goblin." All shouting in your heads. And then leaps out of the pit and then gets down next to Willie and just sits down.
That was pretty cool. My character offers another drink.
The dancing high thing again.
Quest turns to the giant kitty and says, Mr. Wobberjack,
Mr. Wobberjack.
do I need to go down to the pit or can people see me now?
It reaches, it gets up, grabs your clothes by the scruff,
Yep.
tosses you over into the pit.
You bounced,
How do I
right?
fall?
You fall 10 feet into
5
sand.
5 feet, takes no damage. Boing. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen!
And there's applause from around, and a couple of orcs are going, "Can we do that again?"
That's right.
Welcome to tonight's Rumble. A few ground rules while we're at it before we get started. Anyone who enters the pit has the right of withdrawal at any point. You don't have to fight, but if you choose to, well, good on you. Anyone who wins one of these competitions gets the honour of completing a quest for the loser. Successful completion of the quest allows them to claim the entrance, well, the loser's entry fee.
Or a
favour.
of their choosing.
Of their choosing.
Yes.
Of their choosing.
So the item's worth a lot, but the favour might be worth more.
I'm just going to go through and say, tonight's ballot includes our illustrious host,
And basically, and you hear a bit of instruction come in. You now get to give everyone a nickname.
See, I was just gonna go and I list out everyone who's shown up.
And you notice that Willie's been added to the list on the top.
On the top.
Yeah, he's been put down as the first entrant.
Not the host.
Nope, the host is the bottom.
Okay. First and foremost, representing the city of Runelords, Willie Kenobi!
Stand up and go, yes!
As you do that, you notice your arm sort of, your other arm has a lot of energy course through it. You can feel the whole bone itself move. As it suddenly sets itself into place and bonds, so it has that thing of someone has put a red hot poker in there to bond it.
Yeah.
And then it seems to be working properly again in the middle of your.
After the 5 seconds of I turn around and go, thank you, dear.
And the kitty just has that look purr coming from it.
So, did you actually use his name or did you use his...
He used Willie Kenobi.
Princess.
So he didn't use a nickname, he called him by his name.
Oh, God, that's a lot going well.
And you hear a voice in the background, let the record show. Willie Kenobi is the first contestant.
The character does the Hulk Hogan.
Up next, who are you going to put up against?
Up next, his potential master, Junk Punch!
Okay, good.
Okay, so Junk Punch stands up, says, okay, so as the first two, Junk Punch says he will give you the right of the challenge. You get to state the challenge.
It's arm wrestling, isn't it?
He says
it's normal ball.
There's no rules, no bars, but he's giving you a right to say the challenge.
Do it!
No chance. My character goes, I'll take it easy on you, old man. Arm wrestling.
As you look down in the pit, there is nothing to arm wrestle on. As he jumps down into the pit below,
Okay.
he just stretches.
Character goes, alright. So I look at you and go, how does this work? It's supposed to be arm wrestling, there's nowhere to arm wrestle. Very poor, Goblin. Very poor.
You can concede if you don't like the rules of engagement.
He says it.
Low blow does not concede.
Low blow does not concede. Famous last words from Low blow.
I think low blow is conceding any kids you might ever have.
Do I know the tribes of the orcs?
Roughly, they're all from the Oberlin city.
They're all from Oakland.
Okay.
Do they have any, like...
I will send you a list
Caricatures.
of details.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
That's in your phone.
Okay.
Sorry.
No worries.
Well, my character goes, well, if we can't arm wrestle, let's just wrestle.
Okay, wrestling it is
No.
until one concedes.
Sure.
What is your stake? If you lose, what do you need done?
What do I need done?
Yeah.
No idea.
You need to name it now. He says.
You will provide me all the training I require. Whenever I require it.
For a year.
Forever.
No.
Until I no longer require it.
Sorry. You need to have a definite end date so that he can claim his prize.
Well,
afterwards.
my character goes, 14 years.
For 14 years.
Yes.
And what is the prize on offer for such a thing? What is worth 14 years of my life?
Well, it won't be 14 years of your life. It'll be intermittent sections of training as I need them within a 14-year period.
It's on call for 14 years.
He's
It's a
on
long
return
time.
14 years. before-
Assuming you don't die. I mean, you are quite old.
He just laughs.
Gentle reminder, either of you are free to concede whenever you want.
That is true. Would you like to concede?
So in which case I have to then give you my quest.
Very well.
Okay, he says, for the letter of my service for a year, which could be done for your training, I am requiring you to... I did have something else in mind if it was someone a little more competent, so I'll have to go for something.
Oh, that's it, old man. I'm not holding back. That's it.
You see, he was intentionally trying to twist you up to get you to actually put on a good performance.
Straight away.
And he goes,
That's it.
if you're a little more competent, I'd probably get you to do this, but considering it's you, I've got one specifically in mind for you. So I would like you to serve me all my meals for the next month, because I don't think you'd last much longer than that.
What is it about your meals that you believe is so difficult?
Oh, you've got to actually catch the animal I eat. I never said that the meals would be you catch, prepare, and serve the meals.
You know I'm not a servant, right?
But you would be if you...
No, but you know I'm not trained to be a servant. Like, as in I have absolutely no skill in cooking.
Neither do I.
As long as you're not expecting something to be cooked in a particular way to a particular standard, I see no problem with that.
In which case, then, I'll mend that. Once a week, provide me a meal of my choosing for the... as part of the year of service that I will give you. Do you accept terms?
Sure.
Okay.
Since I'm going to win, who cares?
Ooh. If you win, you've got to do what he wants you to do. If he wins, he's got to do what you want him to do.
That's shit.
Then win.
It sounds like it's a lose-lose.
Yeah.
Although training versus cooking a shitty steak for an old man
With
only a couple of teeth.
Once a week, and then he gives you service, which can be training, intense training for a year.
Yeah, sure, why
Him
not?
punching you in the jump through.
Sure, why not?
Yes, okay, so he says he'll stand here first and give you a fighting chance, because you are junior.
My character goes, look, old man, I understand what you're trying to do. I take you out early. Everyone goes, yeah, you're a bad man. Low blow for taking this old man out real quickly. Not going to fly. Alright? I'm not holding back, but I'm not going to let you out easy.
It's just, I have to concede. If I don't concede, then you have to kill me.
Really?
Yes.
So how do you pay... How would you then pay my debt?
Then there will be others who will pay the debt.
Yeah, I'm not going to kill you.
Then
You're an old man. You're not deserving of debt. You're a pretty good bloke.
it's either concede or kill.
Yeah. No holds barred.
No holds barred. He's giving you a chance to start, so you don't, fizzle out in the first few seconds of your match again.
Step onto the banister and just raise my voice and say, just a medical announcement, I only have one resurrection scroll, so the rest of you are snooping.
You hear a voice, a raspy voice going over, I don't need it. As you look to see the lich in robes just looking at you specifically.
I wasn't assuming...
That's rather offensive, young man.
I will attempt to roll to not be offensive.
Okay. So, my character does some smack talk.
Mm-hmm.
He's probably pretty bad at it, because I'm not particularly good at
Okay,
that sort of
give
thing.
me an intimidate smack talk roll. As he joins you in his smack talk, because he likes his smack talk too.
11.
You get an 11? Okay. He laughs at a lot of your smack talk and then he ups the ante quite severely. So he gets about a
fighting up the WWE. God
27
damn it.
on his smack talk.
My character's
Always
going,
to be
hey,
WWE.
this is starting to get really personal. Can we, you know...
And you can
Are you
and
conceding, good
and-
sir?
What the hell?
and up the
Where-
top, and
where
we
did
have our
this come
first
from?
concession.
No, my character's going, I'll fight, but come on. That's not cool. I mean, there's smack talk, and then what the hell is this stuff?
You should call for wrestling. A key part of wrestling is smack talk.
Yes, smack talk, but not this stuff. What the hell is that all
Are
about?
you saying your mother couldn't take it, sir?
What the hell is wrong with you? Where did you grow up?
He says, Riddleport, the streets.
Yeah.
You've got a lot to learn, young apprentice.
I'm sure I do. Like class, it seems.
What's class got to do with anything?
Yeah. Alright,
Class does not win battles.
yeah. We will see. Let's do this. It takes...
Are you sure you haven't conceded with your time out there?
No, my character takes up his fighting stance.
He just casually stands there.
Yep.
Just, and he just, come on, little man.
Okay. We fight, I lose.
Give me a roll.
No, I lose.
Give me a roll. Do you intentionally lose?
No, I fight, but I'm second level and he's probably plus
Yeah,
12 or 14 levels on top
He
of
might
that. An 11.
11. Okay, so you go up and you start trying to wrestle him down, throw him somewhere, and he's just standing there casually while you go. As you're doing that for about almost a minute of straining and pushing and thing, and then he just taps you on the shoulder and goes, "I'll concede."
Okay, does he concede?
Yeah.
My character turns around and goes, yes! Low blow for the win!
Oh, God.
He goes, "Sir," and he says for his first meal he would love a lobster the size of a horse.
Wow.
Whoa.
People in hell want ice water.
Exactly.
And you'll get your first month of service once you provide that.
Jeez.
Okay, so do that and pick any of the others. Your choice.
Great, here we go.
How many others?
There are 25.
There are 25. Well, 24 because the first two just went.
Well, no, there's still 25 because
Oh,
25 doesn't
host.
count the host.
Yeah, that's right. Sorry, there's 26.
So, just quickly, as my character's walking out of the ring, and I pass the other contestants, I walk by Doozer. My character stops and goes, "You see that Doozer? That's how it's done." And walks past.
So as these guys are having their call it shit talk off.
Yeah.
Quest goes up to look. I'm going to throw you in next.
And sadly, my character sucks.
Who do you want to fight?
Oh, you asked her? You're a cock. You're a cock.
I'm very sorry, Willie, but
No, that's not my character saying. That's me.
no. But I'm very sorry, but you're the only one I could remember. You and your master.
Plus, it was the only chance you had to fight your master. He might have gone out early.
Oh yeah.
He
He's an old
gets a
man.
task done.
He's an old man. True.
But no, like I don't have a list of people. I don't know who to put in.
So I walk back up to the table, sit down,
Mhm.
pour myself a glass of.
There's a fine. You pick it up. It's this really strong wine. Very fruity.
Does it taste alright?
Tastes strange, but really strong and.
Who's up? You want to fight?
Okay.
And
No,
across
quickly.
across from you,
You're gonna finish up.
there's
You
an
don't say
elf
something.
raising
You have to
a
say something.
small,
I
dainty
think
little
it's a shapeshifter
glass.
because I want- if I can get past
And
the
you've got this
shapeshifter
mug
girls,
full of
then
it,
I
yeah.
can walk social anti-negs, so I'm
Raise my
And she just have a slight sip of it and puts it down.
Everyone else kind of scared. Or I could go Elias, actually.
I look at Kitty and go. Would Kitty like some?
Kitty just ups the whole thing into its mouth and
Oh.
now it's empty.
Kitty.
Okay. Actually.
Sorry to remove it again.
Okay, so who are you putting Doomsday up against?
Next up, we have Doomsday One Arm versus Blue Eyes White Girl.
I pull out a gold coin and I look across at the owner of the city. And I go, 1 gold on Doomsday.
No.
He pulls out a gold and puts it down beside him. I'll match your bet.
Oh boy, this is gonna end
Okay.
well.
So, you make your way down there.
Yep, this is gonna end fantastic.
And the girl just floats down from above.
No.
Yep.
My character's going, I might have overestimated his ability in this regard.
And she just looks at you and goes, so, what do you request done? And what are you offering for said task?
Oh, what did I say I was gonna do? I would like help locating your friend, the Sandpoint Devil.
Can do.
Okay. She said it.
But this is partly why I picked her, because she's expressly said that she knows the Sandpoint Devil, so. And in return, oh god, I don't know, what would be appropriate for my character to give?
What do you treasure? The thing is that they're putting what they treasure the most as the
Poppy!
thing. Because if they don't want Poppy, they can then request a service of you.
A second puppy. Second puppy.
Could be puppies.
Collecting carnivorous plants.
That's a good point.
Puppies.
First pick a puppy's litter.
His firstborn.
Yeah.
Yeah, the services of the breeding line of my wolf puppy when he retires. He is being trained well,
Not making out with your puppy.
and is of a good bloodline.
Yes. She likes your puppy.
I'm not offering up puppy. I'm offering just sire puppy. Yeah. That.
So her quest, should you
Stealth puppy, yeah.
beat her,
Yeah.
is to find 100 souls.
Oh.
Oh, dude, straight away.
Ooh,
What's that power?
100 souls.
Capture
Oh,
a jar of dirt.
what
and go
soul?
out of
Yeah,
the jar.
yeah.
To-
Specific souls or just souls?
Doesn't really care. She's not that fussy.
Can I
And
collect souls?
well, she'll provide instructions as needed.
There's also about 15 of them in the box right
Back.
Is it? Yeah, in the coins.
And they will be must be willing to provide service to Asmorgan.
So 100 souls willing to
I don't like how this is going.
provide service to the god Asmodeus?
Asmorgan. You remember the name?
Oh yeah.
My
Demon
character
Lord.
doesn't. I'm like, I don't know who that is.
Even Lord Hank.
You have some idea who she is now?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
In which case, she will give you a crown to a kingdom that will be yours.
Wow.
Okay. So the shiny crown that was in the vault.
At which point, you will also have a starting breeding pool of 1,000 souls. So pick your souls well. So based on those 100 souls you choose.
Wow. Okay. The shiny crown. Upon completion of the 100 souls.
Yep.
I've just sent you the list back with the nicknames for each character.
Now, did you say Druid in Shoanti or Orc? Did you say Druid's name is Shoanti or Orc?
Is Ariadna out of the shower?
The lights.
She should be out of the shit. Oh no, the blue's still blue.
Oh, is that what? Okay.
Yeah. So if the light's blue, it means the bathroom is occupied. So when you walk in, you say, "Hey Google, bathroom on," and the light turns on and it switches that one to blue to say it's occupied.
Actually, read that.
Ah.
And when you leave, you say bathroom off,
Yeah.
and it turns back to white and it says "Play for free."
That's pretty cool.
Where is Willie native of?
I have no
Jango
idea.
Hoff.
What's the native language there?
Dwarven. It's a dwarven city.
DC 15 on a will check to remember to say their names in their home language.
I can see you can get away with their names in the home language.
Yeah, cool. So I will have spoken Willie's name in Dwarven, and I will speak User's name in Orcish.
Okay, that will be me. I'll be back in a little bit.
No. That's pretty cool.
We do.
Yeah, yeah.
Because there's a Google in the bathroom, I think, on the bedroom, and a Google out here. Which is really cool.
Yeah.
And they control the light too. They control all the lights,
I
make
can't
all
believe I
pretty.
won. That's just shit. That is so shit.
I was not expecting that.
No, I
I was.
kind of was. No, yeah, the win.
Yeah.
I was expecting a one-hit KO on you, and I was going to play the fatality sound.
Yeah.
I
I even had my character's actions when I lost.
Yeah, but it wasn't. It's a no-lose scenario there. They don't have to give up what they put in.
Mm.
Or they get something really awesome or humiliating.
Yeah.
And they don't get their ass handed to them by somebody else.
No, that's true. The thing is, because I won, does that mean I move on to the next round?
I'd assume so.
Which means I then have to fight somebody else.
Or they throw, and you have something equally humiliating.
Yeah, there's no...
You're going to go through the 12 trials, my boy.
Yeah, probably.
You should change your nickname, actually.
Hey?
You should change your nickname. Heracles?
Ugh. I was like, what? Oh.
Just ended up having an impromptu shower.
Yeah.
Oops.
So that means I have to think of quests for bloody everyone, don't I? I can't keep giving the same quest.
I thought it has to be something important to you. So, couldn't you just use the same thing? Isn't it whoever wins? I could be misunderstanding that.
You can give a separate quest to everyone or the same quest to everyone.
I specifically picked her for helping me to locate the Sandpoint help.
Okay.
But I don't know what else I can do for other people. If I even survive this round.
So, as hers is the more difficult task, yours is fairly simple.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, okay.
She's giving you the right of challenge. How would you like to battle?
Thumb war! Thumb war! I want a thumb war out of this.
Yeah.
Snap.
I'm tempted to say combat, but I know I'm gonna get smushed.
Say Mortal Kombat.
yeah, pretty much. No, I'm gonna have my spine ripped out in a minute.
Get over here!
But really, that's like the only thing Juno is like truly good at is combat. It's just not really.
Oh.
I don't know. What do you think? Juice is pretty much the only thing he's good at is combat.
Flex competition.
So, you just
Do it.
Challenge people to like
Dance
full-on hug-offs.
Oh my god.
Doesn't surprise me.
They'll probably win most of them.
Actually, you're shot pretty much.
As long as the arm survives, I don't mind.
It's a
I'm
shame we
pretty
can't
sure
have
she
an
will
option
still
on that
win.
now.
Nah.
Actually, I like your idea. Flexing competition.
You wanna play? We're gonna see a true form in a minute. Don't worry.
It would be interesting. Sure, why not? Let's just go with it.
Mhm.
A flex
A
off.
flex off.
Bodybuilding competition.
World competition.
Yeah, like full bodybuilder competition.
She accepts.
Yes.
They get the right.
If there was one thing that dudes would want to do as a competition, it's fucking flex off.
My character's just looking, going, what? And like when it sinks in, what's going to happen? My character just goes, boo! What the hell, boo! And I'm like, shut up!
Do I need to prepare cans of oil for
As you say that, 2 cans of oil just appear in the ring.
you? Ladies and gentlemen, prepare to feast your eyes!
I look across at my neighbour
Mhm.
and I just sort of flick the two gold pieces over to him and go, I don't even want. No.
Okay, you can see now.
Flex off, flex off.
So, give me a performance roll for flex one arm as you oil yourself up. I will give you advantage with the oil.
I was gonna be.
Which is funny. 'Cause
Well,
I'm
I never said
shit at
the
Germans.
battle royale actually had to be fists.
Yeah.
Just wait till you go up against
No, I just
the
assumed
old gnome
we'd come
pickaxe
down chaos and fire.
It'll get there. Do you want to take that number?
I don't know if it was re-rolling.
Was it a 1?
Come
No,
on.
it wasn't one.
No, come on, re-roll it. You know you.
You can
know
take the higher of the 2, remember.
You know you can. You know you can flex better.
Oh no. Oh. Well, let's try the other dice. That's better.
Yeah, it's flexing better. Flexing with your muscles, not with your toes.
19.
Okay, you spend a bit of time flexing and doing stuff after oiling yourself up and stripping down to barely
First roll
anything.
was a 7.
You know, the girl hasn't really done anything. She's just watched. Apparently she's admiring you the entire time.
Yep, I'm not really disturbed by that. So.
And after you and you pay the shoes of the crowd, she concedes.
Oh, you gotta find souls. Oh.
So she lets me do my performance and is just like, yeah, I'm good.
You could have flexed with your toes.
That's what I said. It was, I don't know if it was a point really. It's still funny. It's still funny.
You could flex better than what you rolled.
And she says, you have a kingdom awaiting for you, your majesty, she says as she walks away.
Oh. How many souls was it again?
100.
Oh.
And apparently I have to pick them wisely.
Harry's not one of them.
No, I know who one of them is.
Willie.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
I'm not willing to serve.
But his soul's already been spoken for.
God damn it. Yeah.
You've got to get his wife to agree first because she now owns his soul.
Mm.
Careful what you
Contract.
say.
No, she's renting with an option to buy.
Oh no, she bought outright. Which means you can't sell your soul to anyone else no matter what they ask.
I heard it. Careful what you say.
And no one can steal your soul from you because she owns it.
Wow.
So that's not a bad thing.
Has Quest been told or given any information as to the last round?
Yes.
What does he know?
Oh, what was that? Who's going to be last? Or what happened in the last round?
No, like the final round of the competition. Is there any special rules about it?
No, they're just going till no one wants to. If both people concede, which they both can, in which case nothing happens.
So as far as he knows,
Mhm.
the last round is definitely not a fight to the death.
If they choose it, that's them.
Alright. No, this totally isn't rigged. There's nothing going on. They just know that bowing out now is the easiest way to not get their asses handed to them later on.
Even though half of those people could have easily handled their own asses twice over by now.
Yeah, like, this is a pity loss.
And it also might be the price of winning was more than they were willing to pay. And that's why they'll have to put up a stake and a quest.
This is the weirdest.
We're just from
match
but no,
I've ever
this
seen.
is... Look, there's been 2 concessions because they know that the scariest guy here
I
is them.
suggested the flex off, okay.
Okay, so the werewolf is up next.
Werewolf. Next up, King of the Beasts versus Larry.
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 Larry is master of the short sword from the Hell Knights.
The
Hell
barman?
Knights, and he curly,
Oh,
Larry,
really?
And
Yeah.
Oh, come on!
Okay. Okay, so one of the things that people upstairs don't hear is what their terms to each other and what they get out of the bargain. So that means you're the only one who knew what the girl was offering,
Yep.
and no one else got to hear that one.
So was there just like a code of silence that gets sort of cast? Or...
Pretty
When
much,
you're in the pit, you can't really hear what's
you can't. People upstairs can't hear you.
Oh,
read
far
lips?
away.
yeah. Yeah.
You can try, but you only get one conversation,
Wear your binoculars to read
That's
their
right.
lips.
and you don't have the read lip skill.
No.
But yes, you can read lips and go. I think he said Bob is an apple.
Ah,
Does anyone hear?
I got 100 out of
lips?
that. I hear
No,
you're trying to
I'm
catch
a
100 fish, I see.
So yes, they seem to just yell at each other,
Oh, okay.
and they spend rounds yelling at each other until the Hell Knight concedes.
I was about to say, is this an intimidation?
To intimidate.
Where's the bloodshed?
I'm pretty sure that was a cuss-off.
But the whole room was shaking as they were roaring.
Oh, wow.
They were literally roaring at each other? That's hilarious.
So that was the Hell Knight conceded.
Yep.
BMW versus Larry.
Then you have
Oh, so the Hell Knight conceded, so Larry's out.
Larry's out.
the
The
princess.
BMW's still in.
The princess is next up on the list.
Ooh.
Next up is her High Ladyship versus the Sergeant at Arms.
Okay.
The young dwarf.
Now the dwarf.
My buddy.
Yep.
Aww.
So they both go down.
Okay. Go look at the look at my drinking partner. Put a gold down on the dwarf.
Well, he puts a gold down as well. Okay, so that they square off against each other, and then she draws 2 blades, he draws an axe, and they go right at it.
Yeah! Here we go!
He is completely outclassed.
Oh!
He doesn't even come anywhere near her at all.
So she's basically playing me.
Pretty much. She spends about 10 minutes playing with him as he's swinging, yelling. He's doing all these moves perfectly, but she's just never wherever he's attacking.
Yeah.
Until
Excuse me, guys.
until a moment later, you see her sword basically take his beard off.
That's about that point he goes. Yeah.
Yep, which is pretty much the point he
God.
concedes.
Still no bloodshed. It's only been lots of hair.
It's bloodshed for a
No, for a dwarf, that's important.
That's unlucky.
And she claims the fallen beard.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair.
Is she gonna make a bracelet?
You also see him hand over his clan dagger.
Ooh.
He's out of a job.
He can't go back to
Race.
he can't go back to his city until he earns that back.
Until he grows a beard.
Yeah, and he lost it to an elf.
Yeah.
Whoa,
That's like triple whammy.
And not only an elven princess, so nobility aren't known for their skill.
Could oh, I can't even
It's because they don't get a chance to show off.
And she basically showed that she could just have fun. And she seemed to enjoy the entire event. Okay, so you were then told next is Mr. Ulrich, the Cypher Mage. The Cypher Mage, whatever his actual name was, yes.
Eddings?
Oh yeah, that one, yeah. I'm terrible with names, you know that.
the illustrious Flex Mulligan is going up against the 8 Winds. So 8 Winds is the Wind Clan.
Yep.
Tamir, Qua.
Okay. Okay, so they get down there, and then the next thing you know, they start telling the most off-color jokes you've ever heard.
Does this get broadcast to everyone?
Yeah, everyone hears it.
Yep.
And you thought you told really bad, disgusting jokes. These guys were trying to top each other, and eventually this information has to concede that the Wing Clan has far fouler jokes than he does.
Wow.
It's just in, folks. The 8 Winds is full of fart.
The what?
The 8 Winds.
The 8 Winds won. They won with bad jokes.
Bad jokes.
Off-color jokes.
Damn barbarians. Can we hear them?
When they were telling their jokes, you could hear that the jokes were absolutely... So you know what you thought the dissing you were getting from the other guy was?
Yeah.
That made that sound clean.
Yeah, but they're jokes. It's different.
But they are personal joke
Oh,
attacks
are
on
they?
each other.
Yeah, my character's like, these are people who know what they're doing.
And the next one up is the father gnome.
The bleach gnome.
Next up, our 4 Steeljaw has to fight the Boogie Gnome. So Steeljaw is going to be the gladiatorial champion.
Mm-hmm. From the Orc clan?
Yep.
Okay. He looked a bit worried. And so that they basically their talk seems to go for the longest you've seen anyone there talking before they started. And you sort of see the gnome look stern at the guy. The guy turns pale.
Concedes?
No, doesn't concede.
Oh, wow.
And then in a blink of an eye, you see the gnome basically move up to him and then move away. And he just falls over.
Oh.
And the guy's actually holding his heart in his hand.
Oh.
Still
Oh,
Holy
still
shit.
building, still beating.
Mhm.
But he's not the one who, because it was the wolf who gave the beating giant's heart. So he's just done the same thing.
Is the Orc dead?
breathing. Yup.
That's it, folks. The first fatality of the night goes to the Boogie Gnome.
At which point, he delivers the heart to Kroll.
Here's your one resurrection, Sir. Here's your one resurrection.
What am I doing with this?
Apparently, you've been given a heart. You've got a fan.
Yeah.
Thank.
I heart you.
I will
It's still dripping blood and spurting a bit out here and there.
thank him in Gnomish while wiping the blood off my face. That isn't mine.
Harry's very happy that he's not in this.
Yeah.
And I will find a spare pouch to place it in and tie it off and
And deal with it later.
deal with it later.
For all the things you've seen that gladiatorial champion face,
Orc heart, a puppy delicacy.
I mean, and if all the possible outcomes, at least he was holding somebody else's heart, not mine.
Yeah.
So if you concede, do you still have to do?
if both concede, then no one has to do anything.
Right. But if you concede, you have to do.
No, the winner has to do the quest of the loser.
Yeah.
And then you get the losers.
So there's a reason why you now have to find 100 souls, because you're now doing the quest of your demon girl.
Yeah. No, I've already written that down. I got that.
That's where it's wrong.
Okay.
Yeah. No. I'm just like.
After that, the choirs decided that they've had their competition for the year. All the Shoanti decide that
All the orcs.
they're good.
Out.
The humans actually.
Also the humans.
So no, they're good.
So was it
Come
was
on!
it an orc or a
It was an orc who went.
Oh.
Well, the gladiatorial champion,
Mm.
who's faced
Nice.
all the biggest things you've ever seen. Nothing could take him down.
Was he the warrior chief or one of the two other ones?
He was he was the champion of the gladiatorial pit. of Erglin, not the chief.
Not the shape.
Yeah,
Is
the
there
chief
any
doesn't
way that
cover
I
this
can
sort of thing.
introduce this?
No, because you said there was
The captain of the guard, the gladiatorial champion, and the bone carver priest.
Yeah. Yeah, because
I,
it's
I
the
want to
hunt
see the
master.
show to
basically.
go into this
Yeah.
full hard way. Is there any way that I can coerce them into actually growing a set and go through with it?
Who the show?
Okay.
It's my entry, you face the next guy.
Okay, give me a intimidate roll.
Intimidate roll.
Well, you say force them into it.
Fair enough. I might take a reroll.
Okay.
Not any better. 8.
8. They look at you and go, okay, you can proxy, the first one says.
Beautiful.
Oh god. The buffers was.
Let me show you how you humans how it's done.
Okay, so what is on offer is the well, actually, you get to put your own offer up because you're taking my place. As your list changes, ding ding. Currently, Parry has now hit the
What's this, ladies and gentlemen? What's this? A late entry! We have the one, the only, your city's favourite, Harry!
Parry is now representing the claws.
What's this? Is this I'm just getting in? Another orc he has to face. Bright Badge, Captain of the Guard.
Okay, so as you're down there, Tim, he looks at you. There's a bit of blood still on it, near where he's standing. He goes, "Well, that's the way to go." So, my quest for you, buffest wizard alive.
Oh, great. So what is his quest for?
I want a floating castle.
You want a floating castle.
I don't care if you build it, steal it, or he doesn't care if you build it, steal it, or whatever else you do. But that's his quest, and with that you will get the diamond worth at least 1 million gold coins.
So my quest for him is to teach me on how to be more buff in terms of more hit points.
Get good.
Yeah, basically.
So the School of Hard Knocks, he says.
Basically.
And he says, considering yours is the easier of the things and mine is the more difficult, I'll give you the option of how we contest this.
Beautiful. Who can tell the best magic?
Sure, he says. He pulls out his sword off his back and he just closes his eyes. You see it start to glow.
Nice.
I cast Cold Spray.
At him?
Yep.
Okay.
You know Cold Spray level 2?
Yeah, sure do.
Is it level 2?
It's a level 1
It's
spell.
level 1 spell.
What?
Yeah.
I thought that was higher than that.
Ooh.
Oh, there are other ones that are more
Yeah,
powerful.
yeah.
Color spray is useful, but it has limited effects.
Yeah.
I could be.
From memory,
I-
for him it's going to be a will save blinded for 1 round or something.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. 5 hit
It's
points.
gonna be the follow-up. It's gonna be.
Yeah. Colour spray. Sucks to be you.
Yeah.
Explosion! Oh, I love Eamon.
Alright, so will saving throw be.
Okay.
He makes it.
So, he gets a
Make me show off it.
23.
Cool. And he succeeds. It's not critical.
He rolled badly.
Yeah, I was gonna say he probably did roll badly.
That's it.
It's a problem with this system in that
I
you've
love
got very little chance if you're lower level.
Oh, yeah, don't get me wrong.
Do you?
Yeah, because it means a mob of chumps can't actually take out a high level character.
Whereas in 5th edition D&D, a mob of chumps can take out a high level character.
What's
fairly
this?
easily.
50 level 1 goblins? Okay, I guess I'll just.
That's mine.
Okay.
What's his response?
But as he said, you also notice your spell seems to, instead of go out into an area, suck right into his sword.
Because 3.5.
And then he points his sword at you.
What at me?
Yeah.
Goblins are nothing.
So, will saving throw.
So basically, you need to hit check, and you're getting multiple attacks.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
So-
great.
Is it my DC or his DC?
I guess same.
His DC.
Yeah, so you're gonna like almost critically fail.
I'm gonna probably
Who's
say
even
pretty
in- like 15. Like, I don't remember the 3.5.
22.
No.
22. Okay, you fail.
Fail.
Not critically fail, you just fail.
So I'm blinded for a round.
Okay.
So,
As he's staring there blind, you'll just move a couple of steps to the side and then just wait.
5%, 10% chance
Okay, I'm
to
no
hit
longer blind.
means
He's not standing where you were looking last.
you can only kill one of them every turn.
That's a glowing sword.
He's still got the glowing sword out
Yeah, no, but where is it?
in his hands,
Yeah, no.
As in,
They don't
like,
take melee
but between you and him.
Yeah.
so he's got it pointing like right.
No, he's got it
immediately.
straight up again.
Well, depending on what system you're using.
Does he have to like charge it?
He hasn't said.
Your
You've rarely seen orcs go toe to toe at this level.
And it depends on what
They normally just
battle
fight
is, depends on
or
what
magic
kind of
or.
stuff. But
Rarely do you see the champions actually pull out their other skills.
You're basically murdering it.
They're champions for a reason.
Yeah, look, Judas is intrigued greatly.
Potentially, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, if you're
I'm just trying to think.
here,
I mean, do I go full out because I've got skill 2 slots that I'm like waxing?
You can.
you're like,
It's not going to go well, don't get me wrong.
Hey, you get to make a showing. Depends on how much he wants his castle.
That's if I win though.
You could concede.
Or he could wait for a stronger opponent.
You could win.
So hang on. If you concede, you have to find the castle.
You know, if I can see it, I get
Training.
knowledge, I get
Oh,
training,
you're
I get
training.
training.
And then he has to provide something of importance to him. Which will most likely be a favour at this stage.
Probably a favour or...
Well, he hadn't actually put anything up, so it will most likely be a favour. So, what do you throw at him?
I've got another colour spray. Why the hell not? So it makes a will save again. Probably gonna crit.
Okay, so he got a 28.
That is a critical. Just. That's a magic number.
Okay. In which case, he seems to grab it up under the sword and then point his sword back at you.
Yep, beautiful. Will save for me.
Yep, with disadvantage.
With disadvantage. I get a whole critical failure, I'm pretty sure on that one. 11.
Okay, so yes, you got the critical failure effect.
Yes, I'm sure.
my face, my beautiful face. The goggles, they do nothing.
Yes, being painted.
Basically.
Well, you're seeing a orc champion go toe to toe with magic with a wizard.
That's
Yeah, but I don't respect wizards.
He's doing it with less effort than the wizard is.
Yeah.
yeah.
There's no chanting on his end.
So I'm stunned for a round and blinded for a minute.
Okay, so while you're sitting there,
My eyes! Oh my god, my eyes! I'm blind. My character's laughing his ass off.
It's funny because I'm so strong in terms of buffness, but I can't
Like
cast
your
a
magic
spell.
is just so poor.
It's so
I'm huge, but my magic's so bad.
so you just see him sort of sitting there waiting, meditating.
Do you speak Shuanti?
No, I don't.
What language do you speak?
Common, Elven, Orcish, Draconic, and Goblin.
Okay, so Druza starts yelling you in Orcish. Just concede already!
Chris yells out in Shoanti, "Cast Fist!"
And so after the whole minute of waiting, you notice him just sitting idly in the sands not far from you with his sword in his lap waiting for you.
I want him to walk up and grab him and shocking grasp him, but I know it's gonna fucking go in the sword and it's gonna come back and kill me.
Do it anyway.
I think I've lit up the second time of this thing going into the sword and being thrown back in my face.
It can't happen a second time.
Yeah. No, it's the definition of insanity, right? And Parry's kind of insane.
Yes, that is definitely true.
We'll be after electroshock therapy.
Alright.
Yeah.
That might actually fix him. We fixed his problem.
No, don't worry. I think my own magic is amazing. Don't worry, I've tested it myself.
Delusional. Yeah. Great.
It's
No, listen.
Look,
It's shocking.
performance-enhancing spells don't count.
Well, he does have the kids to show it.
Alright.
Have we actually
I
found any
applaud him.
legitimate ones yet?
I
Hard to
applaud him
tell.
on his magical weapon.
Yeah.
I concede.
You can see.
I concede.
He says he's happy with that. So when you deliver the castle, you can have the big rock. Oh, that's right. That's
All the
right.
way
No,
around.
he has to do your one. Yeah. So he
Yes.
says he will be happy to teach you to be Bopper.
Beautiful. So fucking
And then he will claim a service of you.
I'm willing to offer a trade of 20 Traxxas gold pieces.
Is that what you value the most?
In terms of what I have on me at the moment, yes.
Which
Are you
is
sure
he's
it's
go-
not your spell book?
He's going for the service.
Oh, you're mad.
Okay, that's fine.
I was going to say.
The service of his choice.
No, that's fine.
I was going to say he probably, if it was your spellbook or some magical item that you
Your
value.
firstborn.
Yeah, your firstborn.
Take your choice, some ladies up there who are holding children.
Yeah. I think it's that one.
That one. That one who I definitely know is not mine. You can take that one because it's mine. Yes.
Yeah, that one's mine.
Okay.
Yeah, see, if you admit that, you then have to stop.
And next thing
No,
you know, Kroll's name appears on the list.
Oh god.
Oh,
That's not supposed to be there.
well, it's there now. I
At the
think
top.
this is the session where we are all owing favors.
Green arrow.
The Green Arrow has entered the competition. He had a suspicion that this may have been rigged, and I think he's right.
What you don't understand is that last little bit was cut off by the demon girl.
You know, just everyone hears the cat going.
Meow.
I'm just gonna go down to the ring because I've been.
Unfortunately for him, my friends, he's gotta fight Boneface.
That's the grim.
Bone
That's
carver.
The Lich.
No, the Bone Carver Orc.
The bone
Oh.
Ooh.
Like, I'm getting some choice in who I put in, right? So I don't have to throw him into the league. Who was my first option?
Okay, so
You should have totally done. You should have totally done.
Cast healing spells on the week.
as you
Really
see,
throwing you guys into the
she
not
sits
scary
across
ones.
from you, nice and calm,
You're
and
silly.
says, "My quest
Really
for
silly.
you, Sir Arrow."
So it's not the league, it's the
May I
Orc.
interrupt you for 1 second?
Yes.
Thank you. To those who are listening, whoever put my name in the list, this is very poor taste to kill your medic. Thank you. You were saying.
Okay. So my quest for you is I need
No
a
one
seal
heard
broken in Kamagar.
To what in Kamagar?
A seal
Seal.
broken in Kamagar. A magic seal.
So I had to retrieve a magic seal.
You have to break it. I don't care how.
Whoa.
What you use.
Yeah, ouch. The
Do I
the
know
stuff in
more
Kamagar
details
sealed
about
for a
this,
reason.
or-
I will give you the details if you win. And as no one has claimed the right for the stone, I'll put the stone up for the same condition. That if you succeed at this task, you'll get a uncut diamond worth in excess of 1 million gold pieces.
Will this seal impede some of Krolmagar's, not Krolmagar's, yes, Krol. Karmagar's political standing, or it's...
Quite possibly.
Right.
Yeah.
What was the item again?
It's a shithole. Why do you care?
You should know. I don't have any choice in this matter, do I?
If you win, you have to do it. But you get a 1,000,000 gold piece diamond in response.
I'm more concerned about the ramifications of breaking the seal than getting money.
Then concede.
And we can't hear this.
But if I concede, I have to do this anyway.
No, if you concede, then and I win, then I have to do your quest. What's your quest? If we both concede, then no one does either's quest.
So
One is just a pit and singers, break a seal.
I have to set a quest now, do I?
Yes. And what you value most up as collateral. With the option of taking a favor instead of what you offer. Service to your god, she says,
Maybe.
holding her religious icon,
What's hers?
Rovagar,
Ah.
the destroyer of all worlds.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah. They're okay.
So there's a rather pointed thing she's asked you to do.
Yeah.
How are these being legally bound to us, I guess?
After the quest.
You're sure that it's the... You do see it burnt into stone who wins. And
Right, okay. Yep, so it's widely known who's won.
You have witnesses everywhere.
Yeah. But they don't know what my quest is, they just know that I now have something to do.
Yep. And if you don't do it,
Good boy.
what was the quest again? I'll get 100 stars.
Yes. Bring her 100 souls somehow. I haven't received instruction on that, but I presume I will at a later point.
Yep.
Yay.
Trying to find my notes. Apparently, I can't find it, so I'm just going to go from memory. My quest for them would be they have to reinstate a shrine to Eristil that was destroyed from.
Sandpoint Cathedral.
Yeah, I think it was Sandpoint Cathedral. Yeah.
Nice.
She looks distasteful at that one.
Them's the rules.
And then just concede immediately.
Yeah,
She-
but before she concedes.
The
Well,
other thing is,
quest,
if
but
they
what do
both
you-
concede, then no one has to do either.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Mm.
She says, unfortunately, I am able to do your quest, so I am forced to concede.
Do you concede at the same time?
Sure, I'll concede at the same time.
Okay, in which case then you see both of the names just crossed off.
So she physically can't.
She physically can't do his quest.
We played the religious cards and we're like, oh!
She basically played a end of the world card on him, and he played a
my
screw your
God.
god over card.
Yeah. Not my god, screw yours over.
Yeah.
So it was pretty much a one of those, if you back down, and you think the gnome, bleach gnome, when he did his quest, his one wasn't a you can back away from this quest.
Fair enough.
So, but then again, he does have a reputation of not playing fair,
Yep.
which he taught his kids.
I mean, he's kind of a bleached nose, so it's really not much of a surprise. is
Yeah.
it?
Okay, so as you're about to announce the next person, you see your name at the top of the list.
Oh, I'm so glad I backed out and don't have anything. I'm just gonna be punched in the gut until my
You're the
core
one
goes
who
up.
puts out the names, you just don't use your name.
Yeah, I know. Hang on, I've got to roll a will save on that though. I think
That's a
4 on the roll.
And ladies and gentlemen, the one and only.
The one, the only,
Me.
the greatest bard in all the land. Quest. And I just jump into the pit, do the bounce again.
Everyone applauds.
And you're running out of opponents. You're running out of opponents.
And I shall be facing the one, the only, Curly.
Another dwarf.
Hell Knight,
Knight.
Oh, no, no, no,
longsword.
sorry.
Okay.
You bounce, right?
Bounce off the wall.
Yeah.
He jumps
Not a club,
down
though,
with a
it's a
thud.
sword.
He does the superhero landing thing.
Yeah.
3.8. 10! 10!
Okay, he goes, okay, Sir Quest, he says.
I'm no knight, my dear sir.
You are in this realm? This
Rock
arena?
off. Rock off. Battle of the Bands!
So, what I ask of you, if you were to defeat me, I seek knowledge of that blot in the sky and the powers behind it.
And we can't hear that either, can we?
Nope.
No, I'm just imagining this from really
And
bad
if you
translation.
manage to succeed
Would be
at
like-
this, I am willing to offer you the services of the Hell Knights
Oh.
of Riddleport to solve a problem of yours.
Coincidentally, happens to be the same problem as yours.
Well, you have to ask the right person.
Yeah, not that we can hear that, but just coincidentally.
So, what do you offer as your quest in return, and what are you putting up as your collateral?
Well then, should you defeat me, I wish to be the greatest bard in the land. No equal.
Oh, shit. They're gonna go around murdering every bard!
So you're a bard, are you? I recommend no one say that.
My collateral shall be my name.
So,
Whoa.
yeah, so
Ah.
if I beat you, then you will give up your name, and you'll be the nameless bard. So no bard shall be named in these lands.
Yep.
Yeah, that works. I never call him
What?
question anymore.
He says, your solution does not seem very practical, young
So,
Sir
I
Quest.
concede. You've obviously got me outclassed.
so if you become the greatest bard known to man, you are the greatest bard known to man without a name.
You know, he can't be known to man, so there can be no bards.
No.
So there can be no bards in the land whatsoever, because he gives up his name if they succeed.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Oh, so there's
So-
no bards in the land.
So he pats you on the shoulder and says, unfortunately, I must also concede.
Oh.
Because there is no way I can actually fulfill such a quest and keep my honor.
It's been a pleasure dueling with you.
You'll live up to your reputation.
Dishonor on you, dishonor on your cow, dishonor on your friend. Damn. I was hoping there'd be no bards.
Problem is, you'd also have to kill Quest.
I was hoping for no bards.
Yeah.
And anyone who's saying who could call themselves a bard.
That's
It would
me,
just
that's
keep
me
getting
out of
worse and
character,
worse.
okay? This character does not sing at all.
Other characters have in the group.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've
Like-
decided it's a draw.
Boo! Kill all the bards.
Okay, and then you notice that it is Willie at the top of the list now.
Oh, here we go again.
Hang on, that was Curly, right?
Yeah.
Who did I haven't had Mo fight anyone.
Is there anyone left?
Yes.
Quite a few.
Yes,
The Lich hasn't fought yet.
The Lich
No,
has
the Lich
Lich or
has
Mo.
not fought.
So it's Lich versus Mo?
Just trying to look who I haven't had put in yet.
What's that list? All the Shoentis are gone.
Yeah, they basically saw the fatality and went, nope.
Nope.
There's
The
still
werewolf's
two,
gone.
still two other gnomes.
Werewolf's not gone.
Yeah.
The wolf hasn't
Hasn't
gone,
gone yet.
in.
Yeah, but Armbreaker isn't fighting until the last round. Armbreaker basically has the
But
honor
there's
of the last
Leg
Who
round.
was the
Yes.
dwarf with the very large egg?
That was the one who gave up his clan dagger.
Yeah.
That's right.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude,
And
really?
isn't there one more Hell Knight?
Yes, Mo.
Yeah.
Yeah, my character probably went.
So there's Mo, Lich.
That really hurts.
So the elf princess
Leg
has his
breaker.
clan dagger and his beard.
Jeez.
It is. It
That
seems
really hurts.
that Willie is back in the pitch and he's gonna be fighting what? Mo. Mo, would you come to the stand, please?
The one
Character looks at the guys that are still waiting and going, alright, why not?
Okay.
I go, I'll be back. Jump down.
Okay, so which
don't
ones?
do a smack talking to him.
Yeah.
Okay.
You learn your lesson. You learn your lesson the last time.
Okay.
So Mo lands quite lightly in
So
there.
who's Mo?
He is
Hell Knight.
one of the Hell Knights who uses a flail.
In which case,
You've never actually met him before.
I don't smack talk.
He pulls his helmet off, and you see a breathtakingly beautiful woman under the helm,
Ooh.
but with a vicious scar right across her face. Look like done by a jagged claw.
I'm telling your wife. Yeah, my character.
And she bows to you.
I bow back.
And puts
I
her
step
helmet on.
forward. Put my hand out.
She takes your hand.
Shake it. I go, I'm Willy Won Kenobi. I'm the. My character sort of stops and goes, husband of Ruby
She knows.
and the brother-in-law to
Sir Hemorrhoids.
that shithead. Sir Hemorrhoid.
And she corrects you and says, well, she's betrothed to him.
Oh.
She is.
Yeah.
Well, she's married to me.
No, she's betrothed to the Sir Hemorrhoid. that you
Yes,
just
but
named.
she's married to me.
No, the person in front of you.
Are you?
I was about to say, the lady in front of you is betrayed.
Oh, my character goes, well, then you know what I'm talking about.
She nods.
Partial bad luck.
She says the reason as well as a betrothal.
So my character says, we need to do the whole you give, I give.
Okay, so I'll let you do your quest first. What quest do you need me to do for you? Who do you need dealt with? Do you have any rights that need wronged?
Don't say Barry.
If you could organise a divorce for me.
Assassination of my wife, thank you. I would like a coup. Coup.
Oh god.
Military uprising.
Could you,
No shit.
whilst I watch,
Mhm.
with a nice glass of that elven wine that lovely lady provided to the table, torture your betrothed to death in front of me over possibly a day?
Oh.
She sort of looks a bit questionable at that. Is that your quest? And what is your reward offer for the completion of said quest?
What would you want?
That is either a favour or an offer of review from you.
I'll marry you instead.
I can't, I'm already married.
That can be fixed.
Very fixed.
I'm actually coming to like my wife. I probably shouldn't, but I'm going to come to like her.
So you wish to start a war between the Hellknights?
No, I just wish to sit there for a day with a nice glass of wine and perhaps some canapsi.
So the war is just
no.
gravy?
If you can do it without there being a war,
There is no way she can do it without it being a war. You're basically declaring war between the Hellknights.
No, I don't want
And
to do that. I like the Hell
that is
Knights.
your quest.
I like the Hell Knights. I don't
So at this stage, you're not really wanting to lose.
No, I like the Hell Knights. I don't want that to happen. I say, okay, well, if that's the way it
But
is-
unfortunately, that's the one you've stated, and she's had to accept.
Well, I didn't know about the war thing.
That's an unfortunate side effect, she says.
Oh, well, I guess I
So-
just have
I guess
to,
you're just gonna have to win.
I just have to win.
And she goes, okay, so if you were to beat me, I wish you to demonstrate your junk punt talent on a Sir Hemorrhoid to give him his nickname.
Oh, that's
Okay.
Until such time as he has earned his nickname.
Okay, my character kneels down in front of her, takes her hand, kisses it, and says, I like you more and more. I say, I would be more than happy to do so.
Okay, and once you have earned his nickname correctly, then she will share with you anything the Order has found about the black spot in the sky.
Ooh.
Sure. My character doesn't really care.
It is a thing of value to them, and she is one of the primary investigators.
Yeah.
So it's her most valuable thing.
Yeah, but my character doesn't care about it. So I'm like, yeah, okay, you can do that.
In which case she can see.
Does she?
Yeah.
Why?
Because that means then you get to punch her betrothal in the junk as many times as it does till he becomes her hemorrhoid.
Because the cost was less than the price.
My character nods, says, very well.
And she touches you on the shoulder and says, this was a far better battle than any she's fought without actually having to specify a battle.
I wish you the best in, for the future.
And she walks off. Okay. Next you find you are now up again. Someone's bumped you up to the top of the list again.
In an interesting turn of events, ladies and gentlemen, when I find myself competing once more. Here I was sure that getting out of the fight was the best way to not fight.
And somehow you've gotten out of the fights and you're back in the fights.
And seems that I
Have become a crowd favourite.
I'm a crowd favourite, and unfortunately for a lot of you, I've now got to match wits with the Grateful Dead.
Did she give me her name?
No.
Okay. Alright. So, yeah, I'll throw myself for the week.
Okay. So, you as you get down there and bounce, and then you know she's just standing there down there. You never actually saw her into the pit. She was not there a moment and then the next.
The Grateful Dead, ladies and gentlemen. I'd be honoured if you would have the right at first challenge.
Okay. So, you want me to specify the challenge? Or the quest?
Yes. Whatever you would prefer.
Yes.
Okay, so,
Yes.
considering you've already accepted my quest, I want you to formally accept the quest this time. And all your fellow members of your little troop.
Sure, there won't be an issue there.
No.
And any future members of your troop.
No.
And if you do not succeed in your lifetime or your descendants.
Because there's bound to be plenty of those.
Well, there's already a few, she says.
What? It's news to me. Wonder how that happened.
What was to the people you hooked up with as well.
Is there another of me running around I don't know about?
No, but you have been away from most of the people you knew for over 3 years. So there are 3-year-old little yous running around.
Yes, Quest doesn't fuck. What? Oh, as far as Quest knows, he doesn't fuck. What?
Quest drinks, she says.
Damn
Quest has
drunk
forgot-
Quest.
Quest has forgotten many things while drinking.
Yeah, raise your hand and ask to fight the drunk quest.
Alright, so, if you beat me, my quest is to formally accept your quest. And on completion of me formally accepting your quest, I will receive...
Well, I had put on offer.
a platinum crown, I believe.
No, the platinum crown was the
Mysterious gold ring.
Mysterious gold ring.
A ring of power.
A ring of... Oh, come on!
Oh come on! It can't be half as bad as my buddy
Well- Your offer is far more intriguing than the last guy's, and I am desperately tempted.
And what do you wish to me to do if I was to beat you?
I think first off I need to specify that the thing I value most is my name. So the thing I will be putting on offer is my name. If you
Which I can
beat-
quite easily take, so that sounds good.
If you beat me, I cede my name, I will go on as the nameless whatever.
That sounds good.
But the last thing I offered as a challenge became a catch-22 for that. But just give me a moment so I can think of a better accomplishment for someone such as yourself.
Take your time while I start writing in my ledger the nameless whatever.
Ledger. Should you beat me, I would like you to assist my companion in killing the Sandpoint Devil and living to talk about it. Jews of the Orc, I'd like you to help them kill the Sandpoint Devil and go on to claim the reward for it. Because that's a quest they have.
So if I beat you, I help your little minion do some.
You help my companion Dooza.
Little minion at this stage. You did drag them into the quest already to help me. You did give them the blood coins.
I haven't accepted it yet.
I
did.
This is the rest of the party.
You gave Juice the coins with no explanation. It's just like, here, deal with these. And Juice is like, wait.
I take your meaning.
Blood money has its price.
I'm picking up what you're putting down. I picked up what you put down. But yes, you help my minion kill the Sandpoint Devil and go on to claim the reward for it.
And they claim the reward for it.
They claim the reward.
Okay. Because it sounded like you were asking me to claim the reward for it.
No, you help my friend claim the reward for killing the Sandpoint Devil.
Done. Okay, my task for you is to. So my thing is, tell me a story about something I've never heard of before. That is my challenge for this match.
Your challenge is for me to tell you a story you've never heard before.
Yeah.
And if I do it, you have to tell me a story I've never heard before.
Yes.
That's not going to be hard.
And we just keep...
Keep going until one comes up for story the other one doesn't know.
That's the...
Okay, is this going to come down to a roll, or do I just start talking?
You just say, roughly outline your story.
Have you heard about the one of the Golden Dagger? A young gentleman of some unknown descent showed up in town one day and walked into a bar to start a gamble. Like, he was young, he was cocky, he sat down at the table, they all played out their cards, and he put on the table a dagger made of solid gold. They went on, they played, and as the day went on, the dagger remained on the table because no one could win. They finally came to a close. They were all told to get out of the bar, and no one could leave. So we can't. This dagger is still on the table. We all want it, but no one has won a hand since it went down. The rules don't have a specification for a no-win situation, but nobody can win. And the barman went over and he picked it up and he looked at his golden dagger and he went, well, there's a reason you can't win. It's my dagger and I never put it on the table. And he walked out with the golden dagger and kicked everyone out of his bar. Sold the bar the next day and disappeared.
She likes your story. She hadn't heard it before. You win, she says.
That's nice.
She congratulates you. And as she gives you the win, she says, and I'm sure your friends will enjoy the work we've got for you.
I'm sure they will too.
And glad to see you're back in the competition.
Oh, fuck.
I was waiting for that.
So who do we have left in the competition?
Everyone.
Not me, thank God.
No, the Grateful Dead just lost the match.
Ah, of course. Yes, yes.
Did you lose to Mo?
He beat Mo.
You beat Mo.
Because Mo didn't want to kill anyone
That's right.
and start a war.
There's still leg breaker.
Yep, so Leg Breaker
He's-
hasn't fought yet, right?
So Doosa is up next.
Dooza, flex one arm. The crowd, the other crowd favourite, is about to be flex one leg too. Give it up for Leg Breaker!
Okay, Legbreaker makes the noisiest landing in the pit. As you see, most of the sand rise up for a bit as he lands. Apparently he did that on purpose.
I'm sure he did. I could probably try and imitate that, but I wouldn't get anywhere near. Let's do it anyway.
Okay, give me an athletics check.
Oh no, no. 12.
Okay, you land and you show some sand moved. Be
Yep.
positive.
Yeah, I'm positive I made it, right?
He stretches. It says, okay, my quest for you. Well, actually, I'll let you do the quest first, considering you've already won a round. So what is your quest?
So I have to find 100 souls. If when I do that, I get the crown. Her one was if she won. Yeah, I can't.
Yes, at this stage, the only thing you have to do is get
Yeah.
the 100 souls in the
Souls.
crown. You have got no other agreements.
Yeah,
to
yeah,
do.
no.
In my green bag, there's a
A bottle.
A bottle.
I
If you could grab that and
require
a couple of
help in
glasses. I just want to share something with
defeating the
everybody.
Sandpoint Devil
Those that are
and
interested.
living.
That would be my pleasure. What are you offering in as a reward for such an accomplishment?
Just I can't think of anything else. 'Cause
So
it
a
didn't-
favour.
A favour, yeah.
Okay,
I
so
will give you a favour.
if you should beat me, the thing I offer is a key that will unlock any lock in a location, like the city, for a day. So it's pretty much a pretty good key. But the thing I need you to do for that is, well, there is a few problems in my home village of Slipperos that I would like corrected. And it might require a little leg breaking of its own.
Okay.
And I will give you a list of instructions to do, after which then I will give you a key to unlock anything you desire. If you were to beat me. So, what would you like to, how would you like to challenge? Would you like the right of challenge to
Pretty,
specify what we will fight with?
a guy I listened to suggested it.
I
It's
had
really,
the
really
choice
good.
last time, so I will give
tried
it to
it.
you.
For me, okay. So, the challenge I put towards you is,
Feel free to. Pour as much
you
as
think
want.
for a bit. So it has to be something you can do. Because an unfair challenge would
It's only
simply be...
I suppose I could get you a glasses too.
Hey?
So, just while you're thinking of that, I offer for him to help with the
Pretty
Sandpoint Devil.
sure
Is that right?
Yeah, that's correct.
that yes, I'm pretty sure that.
I'm sure he's talking about something.
Well,
Yeah.
not, but yeah.
Oh, yeah, right.
Okay, I'll give you a very difficult challenge.
Oh, great.
So, we'll need the Percies for this.
Oh, damn it.
Are you
Let's go now.
sure about that?
Yes. The test of is who can get the Percies to actually pronounce your lineage correctly.
God.
The first.
Pronounce my lineage.
Your lineage, and I will try to get them to pronounce my lineage correctly.
Josh.
Okay.
And whoever can actually do this is definitely a master at getting
If
an
you like
idiot
coffee.
to do a job.
It's actually quite good. I like it a lot.
Because your lineage should actually be longer than mine.
You've been around longer.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm like, as far as I'm aware, you're older than Armbreaker,
Yes.
which is at least as old as this settlement.
But I don't have that many ancestors to name.
That is nice. I like it. It's really smooth.
So mine's a little easier, but I get impatient faster.
Do they have to pronounce
The entire lineage correctly.
correctly? Yeah.
And whoever loses the patience first loses.
Okay, I am happy with that challenge.
Okay.
He needs help leg breaking in Saboros, right?
Okay, so I'm going to put this down as a will saving throw. To see who loses it first, trying to get Percy's to actually pronounce things correctly.
I will say.
You have the advantage that Percy's actually speaks Orc, so you get advantage in your thing.
Oh, I get
And he gets disadvantage because they don't speak Gnome. But he has the shorter lineage. You have the longer lineage.
one. Yep. All right.
So what's the thing on offer?
So.
If he loses, what happens? What was your thing that you... No, so what was his thing that you...
So I offer a favor. If he helps me kill the Sandpoint Devil and I live, he needs leg breaking in Sipple. That should be
Sipple Rose.
In Sipple Rose.
So if he loses, you have to help break legs in Sipple Rose.
Yes.
If you lose, yeah, he will help you kill the Sandpoint Devil.
Yes. So like I could concede now, but this is interesting. I want to see
Okay.
what the Percys do. And he offered the key.
Yeah, the key that
Yep.
will unlock now any lock for a day.
Yeah.
He calls it the key to the city because it can unlock any city.
I got I want. I'm going to be buffest with a nerdy man.
Yeah.
Huge. More con, more con.
So he needs help like breaking the Sipple Rose and the key to unlock anything in any city is up for grabs. Okay, this is interesting. I will play this one out because
You will hand over your puppy.
no, I've offered a favor.
Okay,
That's
so give me a will saving throw. Willie's not his strong point either. He's got a very short temper.
20.
He picked the one that was worse for both of them.
22 for my first roll.
Okay, 22 for your first roll. He cracks it within about 5 minutes of trying to explain it to one of the Percys.
He loses. He snaps his biscuit.
He snaps it, and the Percy's pretty much thrown against a wall. And he's just, you know, you can see the anger in his face.
How many legs are broken?
No legs broken. You know, solid
Percy's just
slab.
been smacked up against a wall.
So basically, ragdolled into a wall.
Door.
Wow.
As he sort of he's screaming at the top of his lungs.
Trying to hold back the murderous rage.
Pretty much. At which point he storms out for a little bit to get his call.
So now you have to
And,
help him
and,
break legs.
I have to help him break legs.
You have to help him break legs.
But
You have not got one person to help you with the Sandpoint Devil, by the way.
no, I know. But that was hilarious.
That was hilarious.
And it was a challenge no one expected. And apparently the Percys could not even get his name correct. Because they could not pronounce Gnomish. Their tongue just could not get around the words. So it looks like Slipper Rose will be getting some evictees in the near future.
Deuce is just like piling up these really ludicrous quests. Kill the Sandpoint Devil, find 100 souls, break legs in Sapporo's.
10 gold says you're gonna go and break my father's leg.
Probably. Hey, but at least I'm breaking legs, I'm not killing people, I think.
Not cool, Jason. Not cool. It's my dad, dude. You know what's in the leg? Ephemeral artery.
I could break the lower leg. It's fine.
Yeah, they don't heal properly.
They don't heal properly.
That's
Okay.
That's fine, right?
So who do we have that's not gone off yet? That's still in the rounds.
Oh,
I think-
this is great.
Armbreaker.
Isn't Willie still in?
No, Willie's already done 2, and I'm still in.
Yeah, so Willie's still in.
No.
So I guess it's Willie versus Armbreaker.
Armbreaker had the... Or is Armbreaker just stepping in now?
Oh no, that's alright. No, you won, so it's Willie versus Doosa.
Yeah, round 2, way!
Well,
Arm wrestle, do it.
the one
Regular
I've
arm wrestle,
been
break his arm
ready.
again.
Tuza versus Willie.
Did the York priests go?
Poor Willie's going to get broken.
Well, the Orc Priest did go, and the Orc Priest
Break his arm again.
went up against you, and they both
smell
fell
that
out.
was the York
What
priest.
Willie's
Right,
cooking?
okay.
If you smell
Because I wrote it down as priest, it's not
Yeah,
priest singular,
jabroni.
so I was like, oh, okay.
There's only one priest.
Yeah, okay.
Take your puppy sideways.
Yeah.
Take your puppy, turn it sideways, and shove it up your candy ass.
So what is Willie's quest for Doosa?
Tuza has absolutely nothing I want.
But he's gonna. If you go in here, you've got to have Doosa do something for you. The thing is, it's completely up to you what you want to have done, and then you have to offer what you value most for it.
That sounds really good, by the way.
And it only occurs if I lose.
Really good.
Sorry, I have to pay if I win.
Coffee.
Oh, you then have to do her thing, and then you get whatever it is she puts up. So you get a quest, and then you get a reward for the quest.
You can go first. Let me know what you want from me.
Well, you kind of already roped into helping me kill the Sandpoint devil, so...
Yeah, no, I'm not.
Then that's a quest.
Alright, well, you are now roped into helping me kill the Sandpoint devil. And living to tell the tale.
Sure. Your quest is avoiding the Sandpoint
Sure. Okay. My rebuttal, shall we say, is
2 gold on Dooza.
I have a goal.
I have a dream.
You have
And you will help me to achieve it.
And what is that goal?
At the moment, I'm not going to tell you, but it is very difficult. It's something I may not ever be able to achieve.
Well, I mean, killing the Sandpoint devil is kind of in the same boat, so
Yeah,
you
not
kind
really.
of need to...
Trust me, not
He wants
really.
to be better than Parry.
He wants you to help him have sex with her. That's not true at all.
What will
Oh.
your wife think there, Will?
Chances are
You
she'd
want
be
the other
involved.
wheel on the
Probably.
wall.
But what I'm asking is a very, very difficult thing. You may think this Sand Devil thing is
You'll be
difficult.
Willie's
It
wingman.
is not even close. But let's face it, you're not going to lose, are you?
I hope not, but okay.
Arm wrestle, break his arm again.
No, I was gonna presume he'll go like a no-hold bar, like
That's it.
actual fight, but...
Yep.
Well, the thing is, if you go for a fight, someone has to concede, or the other one dies.
If I knock her unconscious, she concedes. If I'm full unconscious, then I concede.
Then
That's not what I said.
that's what they said. They said they have to actually physically
You
concede.
either say you concede or you die.
Yeah.
So if you knock them unconscious...
That's okay. My character goes, sure.
Why do you think when Perry wasn't able to
Sure.
do something, the orc didn't attack or anything?
Sure.
He just waited.
Sure.
Oh, I didn't
Sure.
realize it.
No, you either say you
Sure.
concede or you die.
Sure.
Alright.
Sure.
I'm happy with that.
So
Whatever.
two go in, one comes out.
PvP.
Not quite.
We enter
Not
the
quite.
Thunderdome.
Not quite. My character's going, because I'm not evil.
Steel
I'll just
cage,
admit.
steel cage.
So my
steel
character's
cage.
going, I've got a way around it. So
Hit Willie
my
with
character
the
takes
chair.
up a tiger style, takes up a stance and goes,
Hits dragon stance.
Yeah.
oh sorry, wrong stance.
I have a really good question. Have
Sure.
you for Crawl, have you unbandaged my arm?
Nope.
No, why would I do that?
Oh, you're fighting one-handed.
Yep.
Fuck, I'm playing one hand too.
As far as
And then
anyone
what's fair?
told
You've
That's
got one
not-
hand, he's got both of his.
That's not fair.
As far as anyone told Cole, the other match was going to be an arm wrestle.
And
Okay.
I don't.
My character gets the thing, the sling,
Mhm.
and slings his arm.
Mhm.
And goes, now we're fair.
Okay. I also don't have two of my favoured weapons with me either.
Neither do
so-
I, I've only got one.
How far away are they? Martin?
What was it?
A hunter
Th-
never
They
loses his
they can be
damn
anywhere between 10 and
The hunter.
30 feet from each other.
Why? What are you about to do? Don't do it.
This is gonna be funny.
So,
I'm gonna cast up in the stands.
Mhm.
So how much does a bandage weigh? And can I rip it off?
You want to rip off the bandage?
You're going to cast telekinetic projectile?
Yep, on the bandage I'm gonna throw it in Willie's face.
That's interference. No.
If anything goes! There are no rules!
is that a good idea?
You just make
We'll
Doozer
find
angry.
out at the end
Yeah,
of
well, I mean, Dooza's arm's in a sling. You rip the sling off. Her arm goes, lots of pain,
Yeah, fixed it.
and then it's hanging by her side.
So apparently Kroll will be up for another healing scene.
Yeah.
Alright.
Can
I'm
you
a drive-through service, so you know.
So, no rerolls,
Yep.
and we'll let it.
We'll let it
lie
go.
Okay.
Unfortunate.
Yeah,
It's a
'cause
loose unattended object.
Yeah, no, one of my arms is
The
tied
thought,
up.
the thought
So
process
I
was
get
there.
it. I get out one of my goblin and blazed hand axes because I can't wield my great axe and I don't have my neck splitter or my daggers with me.
Sorry, I just want to make sure I'm not fucking this up.
Don't have any nice weapons, so you pull out the shit.
Green dragon stance. Okay.
Well, it's still a very nice looking weapon. It even has a
Okay.
goblin severed head
Cool.
depicted
Alright.
on it.
I just needed to be sure.
Just perfect for the gold goblin.
So, I take up the stance,
Mm-hmm.
and we go for it.
Yep.
Initiative?
Initiative.
I get -2, because I'm still cursed.
Yep.
So, I get a 14.
Is this a fight to the death?
Yep. it is.
Well, it's a fight until
It's however it works
conceded.
out.
Is initiative plus perception?
Yep.
Plus perception.
Yep.
In this case, yes, because you're both staring off each other.
Yeah.
Unless you were intimidating each
and I
other, in
get a
which case you
minus,
could be
so-
intimidating.
Non-natural 20.
Yeah,
Not
you-
natural 20. So yes, you get to go first. You just throw the axe. Bink!
We all know how that worked last time.
Well, no, these actually have the throwing condition.
Yep.
And I do have 2 of them. So I could potentially throw my first one. And I have quick draw.
Okay.
Let's do that.
Ah!
Motherfucker!
I
I wasn't expecting you to go from range.
I throw my first of my hand axe.
Throw
Okay.
it! Throw it!
Attack roll it is.
Now thrown is
It's
dex.
dex.
Yeah.
Dex or strength depending on
That's-
you.
Really? I thought
Yes,
it was-
because our throwing weapons used to be strength.
I
It's
thought
a
it was
hand
dex
axe.
to hit, strength for damage.
It used to be strength.
Oh, really?
So,
Okay.
but you can use dex or strength to throw it, whichever's
Okay.
best for you.
Strength, definitely.
Then use strength.
Okay.
It's just that when you use a projectile weapon, that's dex only.
Okay.
So such as bow, sling, all that sort of stuff.
So I have a proficiency of 4, so plus my strength,
Yep.
which is 4, so that's plus 8.
Plus 8.
Yeah.
It's like some bows got propulsive attachment, which
Just
adds...
Which adds your strength bonus to the damage. Yes. If you don't normally, I don't think you add dex to damage on
No,
stuff.
not on range.
23.
What's your armor class?
20.
Armor class of 20?
You bet. I'm a monk, motherfuckers!
Yeah, monks. Yeah.
I was gonna say, I thought I had the highest of 18 in the
No
party.
chance.
No, monk.
Okay.
Monk.
So roll
Monks
damage.
and-
Give me the damage.
Monks are designed not to go down easily.
Yeah.
Yeah. Having like this high DPS character that dies in 2 hits isn't actually a good thing.
Yeah, right.
Like,
Roll me the
wait,
damage.
they go down in 1.
Yeah, but you know, they're in the back.
8.
Ow!
And then you pull the next one and toss it.
No, I was gonna. Well, that's the only other weapon I have on me apart from my great axe.
In which case you close in and swing.
Yep, I run in, quick draw, and swing.
So it's an attack, quick draw, move, and swing.
Because the quick draw is
That's- yeah,
it's
that's
As a
free
part of
action.
it's a free action.
Yeah, it's a free
it's
action.
Cool, cool.
Yeah,
There's
so throw is attack.
Yep.
I move in and draw and
Yep.
attack.
So she's being fair. She's giving you a weapon as well.
-5.
Yeah, it's sticking out of my hand.
Is it -5 or no?
Is it an
Yes.
agile weapon?
It is an agile weapon.
Then it's
Minus
-4.
-4. So you
I should have also marked it as a card, but I'm gonna do that next round. But I think it's minus.
4.
Oh, it's still
Minus
-4 either way, so I don't even have to mark you as a thing because it's agile weapon.
Well, if you did mark him, then it would be -3.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes. That's why he used the agile weapons.
do that now.
No, that's fine. I can mark it next round. That's
Yeah.
fine.
Which means you can get off all 3 attacks and get them off pretty high.
Eight.
After we turn up like entity and
It
shit.
just bounced off.
So you
What'd you
take a
get?
swing, I dodge back,
Yeah.
and then I go,
My turn.
take style, bitch. Whoosh, whoosh.
Okay, Tiger Style goes.
Okay, flurry of blows.
So are you going to try to earn the name Junk Punch?
It doesn't occur to my character. So.
I just had to ask that.
My character's got a plan in his head, and it's a thing. Now, with my unarmed attacks, all right, this is the conflict I've got. I'm flurry of blows with stunning attack, all right, but I want to do it as subdual damage.
Which means it's normal damage unless you hit to 0, in which case it knocks them out.
Yeah.
That's
my plan.
That's the only difference.
The problem is, or the question I've got is, part of my style is if I get a critical hit, the target bleeds.
Yep. In which case then they all start dying.
So, can I because I'm going to do subdual damage.
You can't not do the bleed.
But if I do subdual damage, does it count Like, how does that work with
The
actual
superhero
damage?
damage, it just reduces the hit points. All superhero damage is if it takes them to 0, it's a knockout, not a dying. That's the
Yeah,
only
and-
difference.
They don't take the wounded condition.
They don't get the wounded
Or
condition.
the dying
But if you do a bleed attack,
Yeah.
then she will be bleeding and then taking a wound every round.
Yeah. So is there any way to not do the bleed?
No.
It's just
It's part of the style.
Fuck.
It's the danger of slashing over punching.
Alright.
Just go for it. I'm
Yeah,
not, I'm
yeah,
not
yeah.
concerned.
I'm gonna die.
He has a resurrection scroll. It's fine.
21.
21's a hit because she's got an 18.
No, sorry, 22.
22 's
still a hit.
Yep. Which means I need that. Which is a miss. So effectively, you need to make a fortitude save.
Mm-hmm. Which is fine because that's one of my better ones. 27.
Don't worry Don't worry about it.
I rolled poorly, 20.
Yeah, pretty much. You take 12 points.
Wow.
2, 3, 4. No, sorry, 13. My mistake. 13.
And that's the first hit.
That's the first hit.
As a flurry, he gets a second hit in the same attack.
Yeah, kind of. And minus 4 is 5 is a 20.
Still a hit.
If that's the flurry, I don't believe that's a penalty until after the.
Yeah.
The third attack gets the 2 attack penalty, but the first 2 attacks don't get penalties.
Ow.
That's the
Yeah.
fun of flurry.
It's fun. Oh, Jesus Christ. 2 is 4 is 8 is 16.
Oof.
Down to 3.
And that's just the first
That's
action
it.
of your round.
That's it.
That's your entire round?
Yeah.
I thought flurry gives you.
That's my go. So my character goes, "Waka waka! Hitoken!" and then goes, "Give up. You've got no chance."
So yes, here you are against him. Do you
Oh, sorry. Yeah, my character goes,
Yeah.
after using it in the combat?
What it up? Give it up.
Do I have strength enough to rip the bandages on my arm, or is it still not set properly?
You can rip the bandages off your arm. You don't know. Kroll says it needs to be bound, but who knows what Kroll says? He's only a medic.
He's only a medic.
He's only the man.
He's only the paramedic, that knows everything about your broken arm.
I remember he did threaten worse things would happen if it got broken again.
Well, I'm kind of die anyway, so.
No, it's all bludgeoning, so it's not actual damage.
Until next round.
No, even then it's not. It'll just be.
It's voice of Crow in the
Knocking
back of your
punches.
head. Next time.
But the problem is the battle doesn't stop until
Until I say it does.
you concede.
No. My plan.
She's
She
not
falls
gonna break
unconscious.
that, she's
I
gonna
tie her
die.
up. I wait around until she wakes up, and I go, "You've conceded, haven't you?" And she's there going,
It's
Yes, okay.
It's 1d4 hours.
"That's okay. I'm prepared to wait." The fight doesn't stop until either one's dead or concedes.
Yep, that is correct.
D4 hours, that's fine. Happy with that.
G4 hours.
It is d4 hours.
What?
He just knows how long it might be until you'll be sitting there tired.
How much damage did I do to your last round? It was
8.
8. Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically nothing. My character's there going, "Yeah, you know how it is."
And then just took
Nearly all your hit points.
Yeah.
Took
Yeah,
90% of your
70
hit points.
Yeah.
You have been outclassed.
Yeah, my first bar.
No, monk with magic items.
The great axe is
Monk
two-handed
versus
weapon. isn't it?
Ranger builders.
What was
Ranger
that?
builders,
The
Ranger.
great axe.
With
Yeah.
magic items.
Is a
that's-
two-handed
that's-
weapon.
It is a
that's
two-handed
magic
weapon.
items.
Rip the bandage off, do it.
Oh, I'm really tempted to just rip the bandage off
Do it!
and sweep the great axe.
Harry will do it for
Your
you.
character's there going, "Surrender."
You can, and if things don't work, you can always declare.
That's true. I
In which case, he then has to help you with against the Sandpoint devil.
yeah, that's true. I could take a 5-foot step back without taking an action, can't I?
You can?
Yep.
No, a 5-foot step is an action.
Oh, is it?
Is
So
one
what?
of your actions.
What's
5 foot step action means he can't do an attack of
Yeah, there's no
opportunity
attack
against
of
you.
opportunity.
Oh, okay. So I'm better off just kind of like not moving.
And the thing is, attack of opportunity is only there if
I've
he's
got the
that
skill, and I'm a monk, so
limit.
I don't automatically get it.
Yeah, I just don't want to. I just don't want to take up that action.
Fighters are normally the only things that have the attack of opportunity. Higher level paladins get them, so the Hell Knight should all have it.
Yeah. Well, assuming they're like 10th or 12th level.
Well, they're basically paladins. Among a lot of them. That's part of what being a Hell Knight is. A paladin against
telekinetic projectile
Yeah.
advantage.
Even though you worship the devil.
You can't.
You
once
can-
she strips it. Once he strips it.
Yeah, once I rip it off.
It's basically stopping devils getting out of control.
So you did use that other. You used both arms.
He did, yes.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to.
Because he wasn't paying attention when he went.
Yeah, yeah.
And then,
Yeah, no. Oh, sorry, nobody saw me do that.
Can I, as a free action in that case, rip the bandage off?
as an action, you can rip the bandage.
Oh, it's just as an
As
action.
it takes you an action because
Okay.
it was set up properly.
Yeah. All right.
How far away are they
She
again?
have to make an escape.
They are 10 feet down.
Oh, they're together?
I ripped the bandage off as
Yep.
my first action.
With Aurora Pain, you rip the bandage off.
That's fine.
So,
I'll
Kroll,
deal with
you're
it
down a
later.
bandage.
That's fine. I did expect this eventually.
What does the sweep condition do? That makes
Sweep
someone
allows you to attack an adjacent character to that person. For
Oh,
less
okay, so
problems.
that's not
Yeah.
a helpful.
So sweep is just multi. It's
Can
a
I
multiple attack.
interrupt and make them both do a will save?
You're gonna cast a spell on them. As you do that, you feel a kitty standing behind you.
Can I have an initiative roll from
Yeah.
Glorious?
Okay, do you want me to?
The kitty sort of, as you're about to do it, you hear in your head going, "No,
Okay, what am I gonna do then?
no interference."
I still wanted to cast Color Spray on both of them, okay? They
It
were
would
so
just be,
close
it would just be
together.
funny.
I know, it would have been funny.
So you're hitting me with your axe.
I
I'm
want.
hitting you with my great axe, hitting you 21.
Just
That is a hit.
Yep.
21 today.
D12. No. What's the damage?
D12 plus strength.
D12 plus
Is it
3.
plus 50% on strength? Is it
I-
still a rule for?
I'm not sure if
GP?
Pathfinder 2 does plus that.
Sorry?
So
I think
what's
it
the
just
damage?
does-
D12 plus.
D12 trust strength, so D12
Oh.
plus 4.
You don't need strength.
Yes.
Make that roll.
Oh, that was rubbish. 7.
15. I'm not even half your points.
Yeah.
So, this time my character goes.
No, that I still have a third action.
Yeah, one action to rip off.
One action to rip off. I
So
have.
she can hit you
Oh yeah.
again.
So she's dropped the hand axe as a free action,
Yeah.
Yep.
and then drawn the
I've
Great
ripped
axe.
off the bandage as my first action.
Okay.
I have quick draw.
Yep.
And hit
Cool.
for my second, and I have a third.
Yeah.
No.
No.
That's a miss.
How badly you
actually
missed?
probably
That's for a crit
critical
miss.
miss.
Yep.
What'd you get?
I think you actually.
Is it,
It is -5 for being the big weapon.
yeah.
is it minus 5?
Yeah.
It's not a
It
natural
doesn't
weapon.
have the
Doesn't have
extra
the
bonus, and you haven't
doesn't have
marked
the
it
agile.
No, okay, so it's 6.
Snap!
Yeah,
What's
that's
snap?
my arm
Snap
gone.
Your arm.
Oh, was that your
Again.
broken arm?
That was
Yep.
my broken arm, yeah.
Oh.
Because I'm wielding this huge axe around with a broken arm that's not set properly. Juza then concedes.
So she
I
goes
just
crack.
like
I
fixing
give
this
up.
I
Yeah.
didn't find out what it takes to heal an arm properly.
I go.
Yeah, but then it's going to heal badly, and if we need her to act
So, okay.
accurately, it's
So-
not going to work.
You are
You
now
can
up
always
against
re-break it and heal
Arm
it.
Breaker.
So my character basically goes.
Technically, yes.
Good fight though.
Hmm? It's just a...
You're up to the final round.
And because my character's an a-hole, my character's like, good fight, but outclassed by somebody who is obviously better.
So who?
The last one.
What?
It is Willie versus Armbreaker.
Hang on, what's the
Quest is still on.
Okay, then Willie versus Quest.
what's the agreement? Like,
The agreement is you have to help her capture the Sandpoint Devil.
I
hate this pet.
So-
I wanted to come.
But only after she's helped me.
No, because you beat her, she didn't beat you. She doesn't have to do your quest because you won.
Yeah.
Only the winner does the loser's quest and then gets a boon from the loser.
Okay.
Oh,
in which case, with that logic, I don't have to provide the lobster the size of a horse until he provides me a month's training.
He gives.
No.
They give the
No, no,
reward
no.
upon completion of the quests.
I won.
Yes,
Yes.
you
Yeah.
have to do his quest
You have
and
to do
then
his
you get
quest.
his benefit.
His quest was giving him the food,
Yeah.
and then he will give you. So for each month you provide him with a one meal, he will give you a month's worth of training.
So
After 12 months.
Meanwhile, I owe a favour once they teach me how to get more con.
So are we just skipping ahead to the final rounds?
Well, I think the only ones left are.
We've got the werewolf, the elf princess, the other two gnomes, and two more orcs.
Okay, so both orcs are out.
Yep.
The werewolf arm is out.
Yep.
And that means you versus the elven lady.
Cool. So quest for the elf lady is I'd like you to restore the Percys to their kingship as a single entity, and upon completion of that, I will give up my name.
She pauses for a moment. And she just looks at you. So there's something about your question to her has actually bitten home somewhere.
Ooh. Does that mean she's given up her name at some point? Or is it to do with the Percys?
You think it's to do with the Percys?
Wow.
Because I think the lore bit we got was that an elf got mad at them.
Oh, that's right, because I was talking with the Shoanti and the orcs, and they told me to not, to pity them a bit more because they were a great warrior, who I hadn't heard of.
She says she cannot undo what her mother's done.
Ooh.
So
She cannot actually do that.
yeah, so what quest would you like to give me, and what is your stake?
My quest for you is I have a problem that needs dealing with outsiders in my lands. I would like them removed.
Is that the same one as Force?
Which land is she? She's
To the north of
just
Riddleport.
Elven Kingdom.
An Elven Kingdom to the north of
Oh,
Riddleport.
sorry, this is the elf. Sorry.
Yeah.
I thought this was.
It might take a while for me to finish it.
You'll be the first goblin to have been allowed in its borders.
I will accept your surrender.
And in return, you'll get the choice of either the Bloodstone Ruby or the or a Fatal. Unfortunately, helping the Percys is not something I am permitted to do.
I accept your surrender.
She surrenders.
Jeez.
I was actually hoping I'd be getting her in the ring.
Okay,
I'm
so
so glad I don't have a quest to do.
that brings us up to who have we got left?
The
Quest.
werewolf, the other two
Use
gnomes.
I'm
Us
out.
two
I
and
conceded
Breaker.
it's Willie.
Okay,
Willie,
so
Willie's-
who's up against the werewolf? The other gnomes.
Hey!
Nasty.
I'm totally
Breaker.
throwing you under the bus.
Okay.
Hey, I'm helping you to do the Sandpoint devil.
So you see Legbreaker and the werewolf in the field below. They seem to argue for quite a while until Legbreaker concedes.
Ooh.
Wow.
To the werewolf.
To the werewolf. Wow.
Okay.
Do you want the werewolf or not?
I've already fought the werewolf, so I'm not particularly interested.
So you next person up is the father gnome. Who's the father gnome facing?
And that's the bleach, no?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Quest will have a story with him.
Okay. So you're down in the pit with him. He says he only has one task.
Mm-hmm.
He wants you to kill the rest of the party.
The rest of my party.
Yep.
That's-
if I win,
that's
I have to
hilarious.
attempt your quest,
Yes.
and on successful completion of your quest, you gave
Who was it? Oh.
The rune locked box.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's psychotic.
That is.
Well, where do you think you'll be putting their hearts?
Wow.
Now, typically goblins eat the hearts of their fallen.
This is a way of getting more power. You take what you kill.
Mm-hmm. Alright. Well then, I'd like you to restore the Perseus to their former singularity. And upon successful completion of that, I will give you my name.
Yes. I do not think I can convince the Queen to give up that curse. I cannot do that quest.
I cannot kill my party.
It's quite easy. I've done it many times.
You've killed my party many times?
No, my own party many times. But your party in my dreams a few times.
Oh.
Sorry, my party a few times.
In my dreams, yeah.
In your... I can't
That's
blame you for that.
crazy. Oh, dude.
I've never had a party I haven't killed.
Ouch.
I don't get home.
Oh, I was kind of thinking.
My name is the most important thing to me,
You would
and
be
killing my party would tarnish my name.
I'm not playing. I still gotta work tomorrow.
Cannot
Of
accept
course,
your
of
request.
course.
Do you
I
concede as
see-
well?
I can see.
Okay, so they have both conceded. And then we have the last one up.
Willie and the werewolf.
What, the Willy and the werewolf,
Willy,
or
leg break. Well, you two have to fight, and then the winner gets to fight Hullbreaker.
you?
I can see it.
I can jump. Okay.
He actually forced the bleached gnome to concede as well.
Okay.
So yes, you are up against the werewolf. Okay, his quest for you.
You don't have anything I want.
Because you don't really have anything he wants.
Yeah.
He's looked into your heart, and your heart's not as dark as you try to be.
Hey! Take that back!
You're too much of a nice guy.
No, my heart's black as. Well,
You're
muzzle.
you're one of the nicest person he's ever had the pleasure of fighting.
So we're talking smack now, are we? Says my character. And I start talking smack.
Willie's a softie. Willie's a softie.
And look, he even tried to give you a gift of strength, and you rejected it.
Oh no, my wife rejected it for me. You know how it is.
Your wife cockblocks you.
Okay, well, his reward to you will be, his quest for you would be to learn to control lycanthropy.
Oh, yeah.
The thing
Should
you
you be
literally
in?
just got cured of.
Why would I want that?
I never said you would want it, it's just your quest for me. If you can learn to become a fully sentient, controlled lycanthrope instead of a mindless beast, you'll definitely be an asset.
Okay, what type of lycanthropy?
I can arrange others if you have a preference.
How about tiger?
I can arrange a tiger.
God.
Alright, I guess that might bring me closer to my style and or other things that I'm interested in. Okay, that's not terrible, I guess.
And in return, you get the heart of a titan.
What am I going to do with that? Oh, hang on, wait a minute.
Sure.
Sure! Hey, great.
What is your quest? If I was to beat you.
Okay, if you beat me, I don't know, what do you want?
Well, this is the thing you need.
No, this
What
is
do I
the
need to
thing
do
that
for you?
need.
You need to give me the heart of the Titan.
So if I beat you, your quest is for me to give you the heart of the titan.
Yeah.
And so what do you give me in return for such a act?
I don't know what you want.
Well, that has to be something pretty big to want the heart of a titan.
Well, yeah, okay.
The greatest song in the world? No, that's close.
No, that's kind of sad. I understand.
That's already been played.
Yeah.
And forgotten.
Yeah.
It was only a tribute. Yeah.
I can't offer you service. I can't offer you an open-ended anything.
proper stance.
For the style.
I'm not really sure I've got anything that you want. Or, sorry, I'm sure I have things that you might want, but I'm not sure that I could provide them to you.
Your firstborn.
Oh yeah.
My character sort of thinks and then leans in close and goes,
Don't worry, it's already on its way, he says.
"Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh.
Sure." I have absolutely no problems with that.
Oh, wow.
With the caveat of, because my reading of my marriage contract seems to be quite spotty, shall we say. As long as the marriage contract does not contravene that, happy to do that.
So you're happy to give away your firstborn?
Sure.
Okay. So,
I don't know. Yeah.
Camera.
Oh no.
The Werewolf King's bright pink nose goes a little more red. Because you said that your soul is as dark as his nose.
I actually said muzzle, but yeah.
okay, so, then how shall we test
He's
this?
a luminous werewolf.
Pinocchio. Pinocchio throw.
I don't know. I don't really care.
You don't really care?
Not really.
Okay.
Do you want to win?
He thinks about it and goes, well, I don't think giving you the Titan's heart is a great idea.
I think it's a fantastic idea.
Well, it has very major repercussions.
To who?
The Titan, of course.
Well, of course.
You'd awaken a Titan.
Would I?
Yes.
Yeah, only for a very short period of time.
Really?
I plan on eating the heart.
You can't.
Why can't I?
It's the Titan's heart.
Exactly. Nom, 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 nom. Eating it. Nom, 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 nom.
Last time you tried to eat something, how it went.
Yeah.
But
it was alive.
I was unable to eat the heart.
Oh, God.
Oh.
Alright.
A Titan is a godling.
So what? It's a heart. It's sitting there. It's not doing anything. You just...
It's still beating for the creature it belongs to.
Yeah, you marinate it. You do what you got to do. You know.
That would be worth watching to see, I concede.
So you won the entire thing.
Not yet.
Well,
Oh no, actually, no. He says, he has to, you have to concede for him to see that. So if he concedes, he doesn't get to see that. So I now wish to win.
But either way, I'm going to get the heart. It's just depending on the outcome of what I have to give you, isn't it?
Pretty much. Well, if I concede, you have to do the job for him and
Yep.
become a werewolf. But he thinks it'd be funny just
So,
watching you eat the
so
heart.
effectively, the way it would work is, if you win, all right, then I have to control lycanthropy.
Mhm.
And once I've managed to do that to your satisfaction, I then get the heart.
You do.
Alright. Jesus. Curtis goes, oh, why is it so hard? Goes, okay. Alright, then in that case, I'm not going to give up.
Mhm.
That's just not how I roll.
Then he says, we shall go until one of us is unconscious.
Sure. We'll wrestle. Oh, yeah, we'll wrestle.
Okay.
I lose. Straight up. There's not even any real point. Although, if I roll a natural 20...
no!
No, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter, I lose.
Yeah,
Okay.
roll to see how badly.
Ugh. 15, which is 23.
Okay, so Kroll hears the dreaded snap.
Oh, we're wrestling.
Yep.
Your spine's probably gone.
At which point you pass out.
Yep.
And he rolls in satisfaction. So now he has to give you the heart because he won.
No, the agreement was I would be
You have to beat him.
infected with lycanthropy.
If you beat him.
No, I thought the fact was he wins,
Mm-hmm.
I get lycanthropy.
If he wins, he does your quest.
He does your
No, no.
quest.
He said to you,
Mhm.
if you win,
Mhm.
he was going to ask you for your quest to control lycanthropy. Because if you won,
Yeah, so he's won. He has to do your quest. Your
Which
quest
was-
was for
which
him to give you the Titan's Heart.
Titan's Heart.
Okay.
So you now have to. Now he's going to get to watch you eat the Titan's heart in front of him.
I'll eat it over whatever period of time I want.
And when you finished eating the Titan's Heart,
Then you have a request.
then you get whatever he's offered you.
Which is
No.
the lycanthropy.
No, he has to then pay the werewolf.
Which is the lycanthropy thing.
No, you have to then pay the werewolf, and his thing might be to become a lycanthrope,
I thought that's what it was.
because he gets to offer
No,
one
because
thing,
you offered a favour, right?
a favour,
No.
and
What did you offer him?
I asked what he wanted.
he
that's when the
and he wanted lycanthropy. So his thing, if you beat him, you have to master lycanthropy first.
Yes.
Then you get the heart.
Yes.
If he beat you,
Yeah.
you get the heart, and then once you've beaten the heart, you get lycanthropy.
Okay.
So you
But it seems like by me losing, I get the better deal.
I know. It's just
That seems really weird.
it
You
is,
did, but you both have to agree to the terms of it.
Yeah.
Just,
and they did.
Yes.
And he was like, "This seems really interesting. He wants to see where it goes."
Yeah. You both agreed that no matter the outcome, the same effect happened, just in different orders.
Okay, so you have then got the werewolf versus
Breaker.
Armbreaker.
Or Boogeyman. No, Boogeyman considers himself Armbreaker. Armbreaker and the werewolf.
Okay, if you want, we can pick that up next
Sure.
session as a
Yeah.
starting session, and then Parry can get his reward from the
his reward.
Oh, so my extra con. Hooray.
from the priest of Rovagog.
Oh wow.
Oh, it's gonna hurt.
so bad.
It's gonna hurt. Oh!
In the meantime, Doozer probably, if Kroll's not going to help fix his arm again.
Just quickly, my character walks off and goes, "Hey, Doozer, broken arm again. What the hell?"
You technically cheated.
With what?
You used both your arms in your stance.
Wow. It's a thing. It's a thing.
I decided I was gonna go with my favorite weapon, or one of my favorite weapons, because I don't have my other favorite weapons.
I understand.
Uh,
I don't hold it against you.
No,
You did get a good blow in there.
yeah, one day we will have a well, we're pretty even at the moment, so.
No, we're really not. Says my character.
Oh no, I broke your arm the other day, so.
Yes, but that was a thing that I don't train to do, and fighting is what I train to do, and I am awesome.
I trained to fight as well, but
Yeah,
I
but I'm
was
still-
already at disadvantage.
Yeah, well,
So.
okay, fair enough. At some later point, you and I will do some training, and we will
A training
See.
montage.
And
Training
one,
montage.
we will see who is
and one of you will
the
die.
superior fighter. No, just training, not
Ah.
killing each other.
Uh-huh.
To first blood, to second blood, to third blood, to fourth blood.
2 decapitation.
You know Vegeta and Goku,
Yeah.
and Vegeta's always like, "I'll be stronger than you. I'll be stronger than you." Yeah,
You want that with you?
yeah, that's my character. It's like, "I'll be stronger than you. I'll be stronger than you."
In before I am the great
Yeah.
dragon.
Cutscene to classroom with these two and Kroll going, "Don't break your freaking
Oh
arms!"
my god!
You were both in detention.
So
Crawl the
Kroll,
principal.
if Kroll,
Don't do it.
I'd probably try Kroll because I'm like, Kroll, help.
Yeah. I walk over and go,
Yeah, so both of them show up at the same time going,
I'm probably like, I swear I'm gonna start charging for these.
Harry's not doing anything broken, by the way. Harry's still doing good.
We're not talking about what you broke last time.
Right.
and Kroll hasn't lost anything either.
Yeah!
The two definitely
Good
chaotic
for fun.
characters have not broken
Shadow
a single thing.
That's right.
Because we're definitely
Yeah.
not lawful.
I'll roll next session to fix some armies.
And so make notes of what you've got promised.
Yeah.
Yeah, I already have.
So the link's got to help Drew's at
Nothing!
Yes. You're welcome.
Thanks.
At which point we've got to go serve 100 notices.
Oh, more than 100.
Is it more than 100?
It was 2,335, I believe.
No, it's fine.
Nothing. Until I owe the guy a favor.
Well, I gotta find 100 willing souls to serve as
Willing
mortgages.
Yeah.
Demon Lord Frank.
Who
Lord Hank.
will then become your servants of part of your new kingdom.
It's part of my new domain. Okay.
Church of Demon Lord Hank.
And I've got to break legs in Sapporo's.
Which is Kroll's hometown.
Yes.
My other character would be horrified at that.
Thank you for game, guys.
I'm horrified at that.
She'd be like, what are you doing?
See you later.
I'm gonna get a letter from my
Safe
father.
drive.
You calling?